Our tale continues with 6 escaped slaves. All were once in the employment of the Lady Diamina Lubar of Uruk, if you count being her slaves or assassinating her as employment. When the slave caravan they were aboard was raided by the Jura Dai elves, all 6 found themselves freed to die in the desert. But death beneath the dark sun was not to be their fate. Except for that one time when they were attacked by a bunch of slaver guards. Oh, or that time when Constantine was almost murdered by a cactus. Or when Ra, the half-giant, almost died from dehydration because an enormous flying snake stole all their water. They nevertheless survived and managed to make their way to the oasis of Kled, Portek's hometown, only to find that the oasis had been poisoned by the Jura Dai elves, the same elves who freed them from the slavers. The fuck? And the druid who watched over it had been taken prisoner. Now our heroes are recuperating in Kled village. But if Kled's druid is not rescued and the oasis cleansed, all will most surely perish. The building is called the Sun Home, a 2-story dome that overlooks the rest of Kled. Its loose concentric circles around a central arena. Here you have gathered together at the request of the Urnomus of Kled, Barunus, an ancient dwarf, so old he can barely walk. He's assisted into the council chamber by his younger brother Lianius, also joined by the village's sun priest, Caleb. Portek, you remember him from your younger years here. He forever looking toward the sun, you toward the earth. So far he's given you little more than a Portek cordial nod. Mm-hmm. After you spent a couple of days recuperating, rehydrating, and coming this close to destabilizing Kled's fragile economy with all the money you've been spending, Barunus has asked you to join him in the council chamber of the Sun Home to address the deeply concerning matters that are besetting the small village.
Water. Without it, we are nothing. And the Jura Dai have poisoned ours. We saw you walk in from the desert. Portek, you have grown in your years away and come back to us in strange company. The company we turn to in our time of need. If our druid cannot be returned to us, we will die along with the waters of his oasis.
Yes.
We beg your aid. Will you give it us?
I look at my desert companions.
At this moment of hesitation, Caleb folds his arms over his chest. Well, I'd have thought to have seen a little bit more conviction for the village that gave you birth, Portek.
No. For me, it's out of, clearly there's no question about it. I will give you what you need, but I can't speak for my travel companions here. That's why I'm looking at them to...
Feet on the ground as ever.
I stand up and say, I will help you in whatever way we can. I can.
Ra just looks towards Bingle Bangle. Or Bengal, sorry.
Bingle Bangle. Yeah, either or. I sort of look at Portek, and I look around at all of the other very new people that I've just met, and I sort of go, well, oases, they're in short supply. If we can do anything to help, we will. And that goes for me and the big girl.
Sure, why not?
Thank you.
It may be fun.
Barunus shoots a sidelong glance toward Caleb.
Well, our faith in you is well rewarded.
If I may, are you thirsty?
My time on Athas grows short. My tongue is dry, but my soul is drier still, and soon I will lie in the dust with our ancestors.
I give him a gallon of water.
There's just a ripple of shock runs around the table at this princely gift. Unwilling to offend you, Barunus forces himself to his feet and with arthritic, trembling hands, picks up the flagon and
Courtesy is like a fresh desert spring. It returns honor to its giver. We must repay this gift.
Caleb looks surprised. Up to now, silent, Lianius, Barunus' younger brother. It's not necessary, brother. They have already agreed.
No. This generosity is uncalled for, unlooked for. Bring out the sword.
Lianius nods, leaves the room.
Did I mess up?
I don't think so. I think you may
Once-
have actually helped us.
Once Camelot, the ruins for which Kled was founded to recover, was the last capital of the last dwarven realm. Before the butcher came. He slew our last king, Ricard. Devastated our realms. And even though Ricard killed him, we have not been a shadow of our former glory since. This,
He says as he hears Lianius' feet returning.
was the sacred sword of Camelot.
And Lianius unwraps a bundle on the table. Within is a single-edged, slightly curved short sword. The blade, steel, chased with gold filigree, depicting fantastic beasts from ages past.
I would have you carry this against our enemies. Let them remember the taste of Camelot steel.
We will extend our hands for the sword to be placed in them. And when it's in our hands, she'll just kind of almost like bow slightly and just smile towards them. Thank you.
Place it against the lips of an injured ally and say the name Camelot, and it will heal their injuries. It is forged with the wisdom of the dwarves of yore and strikes true and bites deep. Wield it in our name.
And if you look at roll 20. And I will drop that item card into Discord.
It's okay. I got it.
Very sexy.
Nice.
That
is quite something.
Oh, you've already done it. Kills my metal body. I'm too slow. Caleb is saying nothing. Leanius looks resigned to his brother's apparent senility.
Matthias is like looking at the sword.
Yeah. Portex looks a little bit taken aback by the gesture.
Nissa's calculating the ceramic costs of such a thing.
Well,
ching 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 ching.
Yeah,
Ra's just holding it, like just happy about it, like just like okay.
Bengal is probably describing it to her in the same way that our kind DM just did, because I don't remember what all he said, and it was cool.
It's actually pretty much what's written on the item card, actually.
I'm reading out the item card to Rob.
A beautifully fashioned steel sword with a hilt of ivory, you
I
say?
know.
Ah, I see.
A mere toothpick for you.
Yeah.
Well, then be sure to pick some elven teeth with it. The elves have laired in the fort of the Butcher, from where he launched his final campaigns against us. It is some 8-10 miles north of here, through the Rocky Badlands.
And he slides a parchment map across the table to you.
I
You can
pick
see
up
it's
the map.
almost directly due north of Camelot.
Yeah. Is it? Is he giving us that map, or is it? Or it's just for us to look at?
No, he's giving it to you.
Okay, nice.
You think that you could make a you could probably reach it with a 10-hour march through the Rocky Badlands. What time of day or evening, of course, you depart is up to you.
Yeah.
Well then, on behalf of all the dwarves of Kled and our ancestors of Camelot, I offer you my thanks. I ask you, Portek, will you take this burden upon you and pursue it with all the focus that your heart can muster?
I will pursue it with all the focus that my heart can muster. Do you and the council accept to give me the authority to negotiate on our behalf? The full authority.
Do whatever is necessary
To bring
to
the druid
return our
back.
druid to us.
Yes.
Be that words, be that weapon, be that guile or generosity.
Or be that price that we don't like to pay.
It is this, or it is the end of us all,
Okay.
and the ruin of this village's dreams.
Exactly. Yes. Okay. I do so. This I swear.
There's a low rumble of assent, almost in unison, from the three dwarves.
With all my focus.
Good. His head sinks toward the table. Lianius cups him under an elbow and a shoulder. I will take my brother to his rest, if it please you. And he helps him to his feet and ushers him out of the Sunhome's chamber. Kedem likewise stands as you gather your bits and pieces about you. You will find the elves hard to negotiate with, Portek.
I know. But we will find a way.
Barunus left his salient fact out. Forces from Uruk watered at our oasis.
No.
We didn't have a choice. They came in force. I don't know what they're doing this far south. But here they are. As he says this, Constantine, you feel a strange distance in your mind, as if your attention is drifting. And in your mind's eye, momentarily, you see a flower open. Beautiful, many-hued petals. And it's almost like there is designs on the petals. Writing, images, glyphs, you're not sure. The impression passes. Callum is still talking. What choice did we have? But we later
consequences.
Well,
yeah, but
the
either way,
elves blame us for aiding them. Apparently, the Lion of the North has been enslaving members of the Jura Dai. They see us as complicit in that. Where the sun burn them where they sleep.
Well, I do see where they're coming from. We were freed from a Jura Dai, from an Uruk slave train by the Jura Dai. This is how we got to be here. Yes. I think the Uruk threat is more prominent than we gathered.
Should have stayed at home, Portek. Well, I'd offer you the blessings. I would offer you the blessings of the sun. I know you won't take them. So instead, I will offer you simply good luck.
It's kind of you to do so.
It's desperate of me. And he turns and stamps out of the Sunhome Council chamber. So, you've recovered as best you can, provisioned yourself, you have a destination, you have a mission. Yes, Panda.
If I might, when we either leave the room or it's empty, Ra would want to approach Portek and with the sword in hand still. I wanted to ask you if you would mind if I give this to Bengal. This is a sword of your people, correct? I didn't want to give it to someone else and offend while they were in the room, but I think it's better in someone else's hands.
It was given to for your kindness. I'm sure that since you and Bengal are one, I have seen you operate. I don't think there would be any objection to that. Don't squander it though, because it is indeed a dwarven heirloom.
I mean, do they really like short swords? I mean, you do a wonderful job with those sticks.
Are you talking to me?
Oh, yes. I'm looking right at you. I mean, I'm specialised in that weapon.
I understand, but you're certainly not getting it.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, buddy. Better luck next time. Better luck next time, even.
There's a certain talk we will need to have before we can even consider you to be trusted in such an extent.
Oh, I'm untrusted. Okay.
Sorry, Matthias.
No, it's fine.
Funny, Matthias, you always came across as such a trustworthy person to me.
I will just have to earn that trust. Lisa?
Indeed.
Bengal, I want you to have this.
And I accept graciously, thank you, my darling.
Okay. Let me just amend your...
I can amend my own character sheet. You don't have to do it for me.
I've got my own version of your character sheet.
Well, I've got my own, so bugger off.
You bugger off.
No, you.
No, you.
No, you.
I'm starting to wonder which one the child is.
Yeah, where's the mute button?
Both of you go to your room.
Getting a timeout.
A shame.
Timeout and a sword. Wow.
I know, I'm kind of winning here, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I'm winning D&D.
Okay, speed factor on the Sword of Camelot is 1.
Okey-dokey.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
How?
what would that be with someone with the swift thing then? Still 1, isn't it?
Yeah, can't
Yes.
go below 1.
Yeah, it doesn't really get much faster than 1.
Yeah,
Yeah.
mine's 1. Mine's 1 now.
Otherwise, it starts traveling back in time. It wouldn't be fair. Would it?
I attack everyone on everyone's go.
I'm gonna cut you last Wednesday.
Okay.
Okay.
You're going to set out forthwith, or do you have anything else you want to do before...
What time is it?
I think we should go. I need to start earning people's trust.
Yes, but let's
that's
start
not
earning
gonna
people's
happen.
trust in the night.
It's currently a late afternoon. So, do you want to wait until nightfall? Wait a couple of hours for the...
When the sun's a little lower, we should leave.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are we gonna take our mounts, or are we just gonna walk?
I suggest we take our mounts
Okay.
because we don't know where this journey will end, and we need to be prepared to take it longer if necessary.
And in a pinch, somebody can ride on my kank with me. I mean,
All
Oh.
I need is a piggyback from someone. I'm fine.
you can ride on the back
You can-
if you want.
I have plenty
yeah.
of room.
I have
You
a
know
spare
what? I
tank
could
as
probably
well.
I could probably fit in one of the saddlebags. I'll be honest with you.
They're full of water. I don't want to waste that space with
Take a bath.
halfling feet.
Probably stinky anyway.
Okay. Let me...
I have a brief question for the DM. The
Yes.
potion fruit that we got, what kind of fruit are they? We got 3 potion fruits.
They are taranges.
All 3 of them, or the one with the elf?
All 3.
All 3. Oranges.
All 3 are. Yeah.
One of them is a massive watermelon. Weighs 3 tons.
Jesus.
So Ra, how are you doing with the two spears that you were making out of the daggers?
Those are ready.
Okay.
Coincidentally, I just finished them for you.
Oh, wonderful. Can I offer you, as a payment in return, to teach you how to find your own water in the desert? You will find it a very useful skill.
That would be perfect. Thank you. Yes, please.
That's something I may need to learn at one point.
Maybe
Well,
we could do like a group teaching.
No,
Sure.
I need to earn some trust first. Allow me to do that. You're muted, Anna.
You know that just doesn't happen overnight, right?
I know, and I'm happy to earn it.
Yes.
Ra, what's the name of our Mekalot going to be?
Oh, I don't know. I named my kank Honey.
And our Mekalot, the one that we found?
Anklo.
Anklo. Good. So we get somebody here to take care of Anklo?
That
Sure,
that
no
would be
problem.
nice.
Okay. Good. Then I suppose everybody get ready for our trip tonight.
Okay. Okay. The sun sets. A gentle coolness comes over the land. Even though the sun is down, if you recall, the temperature has been rising over the last few days, and it's still a very warm evening. But the great moon Guthe, almost entirely full, cast its spell over the landscape. And as you bid your farewells to Kled and head out into the rocky barrens to the north, it is a winding maze of canyons. There's an ancient picture by Tom Baxa on Roll20 right now. Twisted landscape, stone columns and whorling arches. You work your way down the bottom of these canyons, passing from patches of shadow to moonlight to shadow again. The hours wear on, and as midnight approaches, Ral chases Guthe into the heavens, mingling red and green and gold across the landscape, painting the rocks with soft lunar color. I would like, by the way, at this point, a D20 roll, please, from Constantine and Matthias. You know what, Portek, you can make one as well.
Damn it, dice again. I keep forgetting you need them.
That's an 8.
Don't you
An
have a
eight?
roll 20?
Yeah, you can put it in roll 20 if you want.
I can do roll 20, yeah. D20.
An 8 is sufficient. Let's stop with Constantine. He was first out of the gate, so he gets to find the Vorpal weapon. I mean, he gets to spot the figure.
What? I've missed out again.
Yeah, he gets to spot the figure darting from one patch of shadow to another in the landscape up ahead. Constantine, at this distance, your eyes aren't sharp enough to figure out what it is, but you absolutely spot movement, furtive and swift. Not that of a foraging or hunting animal. It moves with an intelligent purpose.
So I'm going to do the smartest thing I can. I'm going to knock an arrow and shoot it in the direction that I see, letting it know to stop, and calling out to stop.
Okay, just give me a D20 roll for that, please.
17.
17.
Plus
Okay.
my, you
Questions
need
later.
my plus to hit. I'm not trying to hit it. I'm trying to hit near it.
Okay, well, the precision of your shot is perfect. The arrow disappears into the darkness, and then there is a crack as you bought actual proper metal arrows, didn't you? And a slight flash of spark as one of your flight arrows ricochets off a rock. And then you call out, halt, stop, ho there.
I very nicely say, the next one won't miss. Stay where you are.
Okay, well, there's nothing but the silence of the desert night. Somewhere off in the distance, a jackal barks.
You could have just said hello.
So what do you guys do?
Are we in danger?
Something was moving up ahead, quickly.
Did anybody else see it, or just him?
Did I see it, Mark?
I didn't see anything.
No, only he spotted it.
Oh, okay.
So what was it? What did it look like?
I'm about to find out. And Constantine will start moving in that direction.
Okay, are you staying mounted?
I'm not mounted. I'm actually
So you just kind
leading.
of yeah,
I let go of the leash to...
yeah, drape it over a nearby rock, and with an arrow perhaps at the ready, you
I tie his leash to my kank.
yeah,
I ready my weapon, but
okay.
I
Likewise.
probably hold ground.
I jump off my mount and pull out my swords.
Constantine, you creep slowly ahead, round one of the rocky outcrops that your arrow ricocheted off, and with his back pressed against the canyon wall, staring at you nervously, is an elf. Tall, lean from desert running, long-handled bone knives at each hip, a wine or water skin slung over his shoulder, across his breast.
Male, you said? It's a male?
It's a guy, yeah.
Okay, good.
Easy, Oman.
Start moving towards my friends. If you make any motions towards your weapons, I'll relieve you of your bag. And I motion the arrow towards his crotch.
Nothing to worry about. My now is happy. And he steps out into view, and now all of you can see him. And with Constantine's arrow at his back, he moves cautiously in your direction. And then stops. You! I know you! You come from Caravan, yeah? It's me. You remember me? I say to run into the desert.
Do I recognize him?
You kind of recognize him, yeah. He was the young elf warrior who said, run away before they kill you.
Well,
Hey, you owe me. I save you. Yeah, I save you. I'm your friend.
Right. Don't you think that our friends would have approached instead of hiding in the shadows?
I didn't know who you were. It's a long way away.
Why are you following us if you're following us?
Well, I see.
Because you see, my
Six.
friend behind you has expressed interest in cutting your balls off. But I'm not just interested. I will do it.
Oh no. Okay, look, little master. No, you take it easy there, okay? Look, I'm looking around. I'm supposed to be on guard.
On guard where?
Here.
He points up toward a little ledge overlooking the canyon. That's probably where you saw him skip down from. But he pats the skin over on his chest. But it got a little light, and perhaps I drank a little more than I should, and I had a little sleep. That's all. So I hear voices, and I hear you coming down the canyon. I jumped down to have a closer look. I didn't realize it was my friends. Happy days.
Yeah, sure.
So you fell asleep on guard duty and only woke up when we actually passed by, is what you're trying to tell us.
You make it sound like such a bad thing when you put it like that.
I don't know. We're actually on our way to meet with your chieftain. What do you think? What his story would be like if he finds out that you fell asleep?
Why would you tell him something like that?
I don't know. Why don't you bring us to your chief and we'll see what he has to say about it. Or maybe we don't tell him this, and you tell us a little bit about the whole situation which happened with the unfortunate people of Kled.
He was from Kled.
Well, that's where we just came from.
Yeah, well, look, they had it coming, what they did to us, sending us out to the lion like that.
What did they do, according to you?
Oh, they told the lion where to find our camp. Make lots of slaves. They get a cut off the money.
And where did you come with that information? Who told you this?
Everybody knows it. How do you think they found us if not for them stink? If not for the fine people of Kled?
Did they actually attack you guys?
The lion? Yeah.
He attacked you.
Roll into our camp. Take 50 of our people. Now they're working the obsidian mines at Smoking Crown.
Was this
And it's the
before or
dwarves
after?
what is to blame.
Was this before or after our
offense? What?
Was this before or after the Argosy?
Before, Dran. That's why we're attacking the caravans of Ulrich.
Right. And was this also before?
He lets our people go, or we're never going to stop.
Agreed.
Yeah. You see? We think the same.
Okay. Well, the people of Kled were also a little bit ambushed by Ulrich, weren't they? They just showed up with forces at their watering hole. They couldn't say anything about it.
Yeah, that's an easy story. All those tough little dwarves digging and digging, and they got no people. I suppose I haven't got much choice.
Well, this is something we need to do. I am not going to tell your chieftain anything. Don't worry. But next time you keep watch over your people, you stay awake, right?
Yeah, all right, Mum.
Don't you forget it.
He reaches out to pat you on the head, and then things better a bit.
Constantine's just going to walk over and go to recover his arrow.
Okay. D6, 1 to 3, it's broken. 4 to 6, it isn't.
I will graciously accept my 5.
Oh, good. Okay.
Once behind the rock, he's going to probably hyperventilate for about a good minute or two before he comes back to the group.
Everything is fine.
I'm going to keep an eye out on the surrounding landscape for any more elves.
Likewise.
Okay.
When there's
Fine.
one, there's more.
Nissa doesn't have observation. You can make me a wisdom check at a -10 penalty, Nissa. So that's 10 or lower.
When Constantine comes back, he will take the
I rolled a 7.
the leash of his pet, and he will be
7,
very
nice.
close to it.
Okay. And Matthias, please give me an observation check.
D20. I rolled a 16, so that's a fail.
And I have an observation check too.
Nissa's already spotted it, so
Okay.
the way with non-weapon proficiency checks, if multiple people do it, the first additional person gives the lead character a +1, and that's as good as it gets. So multiple roads don't actually do anything.
Okay.
The too many cooks rule. However, Nissa, it's a good 2 or 3 hours further through the twisted landscape before something catches your senses, and it's actually not elves. Figures crawling low and hunched along the top of a dune, spears cradled in their 3-fingered hands. You see them in silhouette briefly against the moon. You know them from their jutting jaws.
Gith.
Indeed. Gith. It's a war party. There's about a dozen of them.
We're about to be ambushed, everybody.
They don't appear to be paying attention to you. In fact, they come to a halt, and you can see one of them pointing down towards something.
Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, you're a little quiet.
Yeah, it's
though.
quiet.
Oh, okay.
They appear to be pointing down towards something down a nearby ridge. But you'll bring the group to a halt.
Can I have a look? I'll sneak up and have a look what they're trying to look at.
Yeah,
Okay.
me too.
All right. Matthias, at about 50%. Okay, give me a percentage roll, please.
D100. I rolled a 13.
Nice. Okay. And Nissa, you roll as well, please.
What am I rolling?
D%.
Oh. Sorry, I didn't expect to need those.
I have to. I've got rogue skills.
I rolled a 4.
Brilliant. Okay. So,
Teach me how to do it.
Matthias and Nissa slip away into the shadows, vanishing almost completely from sight, not audible at all. You creep around the edge of the outcrop, and you can see the Gith moving, hunched right down onto the rocks, down the slope, toward where there is a little bowl, a dip between a pair of adjoining canyons, and there water tiny amounts of condensation. Must be trickling down from the surrounding slopes because there's a small bed of hardy desert saltbrush. Feeding on the saltbrush is a moderate-sized herd of kanks, about 24 of them. And squatting on a rock overlooking the kanks, her kind of staff over her knees, is an elf, a young woman. Possibly their herder, who knows? Watching over the kanks as they feed. The Gith, it's immediately clear what's happening, are moving it into an attack position.
I think we should help her, maybe buy favor with the elves.
Indeed.
Sounds like a good idea.
Shit, where did you come from?
What? Oh no, I'm just
thought
saying
you-
that in general. Out of character. Fuck.
We're all hiding in shadows. The shadows are full.
You're hiding in shadows. It's just Ra's shadow. You're all just stood in a single file line in front of her.
I'm hiding behind one of her legs. Like, this is a great idea.
Perfect.
How far away are they, Mark?
From where you are now?
Yeah. While you're doing that, thank you very much for the raid, guys. Lark Network, welcome, guys.
Hi, everyone.
They're about 150 yards away from where you are.
Oh, quite far.
Yeah.
Maybe tell the others when we move in.
You're going to go back and tell the others?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Matthias and Nissa emerge from the shadows of the canyon to report back on what they've seen.
How do you suppose we help them?
We immediately break up that attack.
We kill the Gith.
Yes.
Help the elf by favor.
Yes.
We need to move right now because it's going to be happening.
Did you
very
say he's
soon.
over there?
3 Gith versus 1 elf.
What elf? Was she like really, really, really pretty?
Yes, a female herder.
That's Jengi.
Oh, we better hurry up then, won't we?
Are we supposed to know who that is?
I start
yeah.
moving.
Somebody who's important to him.
Names, man.
Yeah, I follow the sound of Matthias's footsteps over there and charge with my weapon as well.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Once they said Gith, Constantine started stalking over there immediately. He did not wait.
Yeah.
No words, no directions.
Want to get my murder on. Okay. So hit roll 20 and give me those initiative rolls, please, everyone.
Yes, sir.
D10 plus whatever.
Yes, I. All right.
6 for me.
It's a 9 for me.
Okay.
Right.
And a 9 for me.
Matthias.
He did draw his short swords. He did not draw his bow. Just a.
Is it the second one for you, Nissa? The 8?
I don't know. Sorry. I thought it wasn't working. Just use the first one.
Okay, stop rolling, man.
Nothing was happening, so I did it again.
Would you get 3 attacks per round?
3 initiative.
Slow down there. Calm yourself.
One for each arm. I look for where the other arm
He's
is.
hysterical.
Okay. All right. Matthias, you are first back to the scene of the ambush. Here we go, and there's a picture in roll 20 for you there. Poor Jengi
Uh-oh.
and her kanks.
Has she got... No, wait. Never mind. I'm not going to say
Don't
that.
say it.
I knew exactly what you were going to say there. Who's great? Right, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Matthias.
Can I go in for like a backstab sort of thing?
Yeah, so you're currently still unseen, and you can, as I said, there are a dozen of them. They are, as you creep around the side of the outcrop, they have split into 2 groups of 6. One group is swooping down toward the Kanks, attempting to kind of corral them together, while the other 6 rush over toward Jengi. It's
she's
clear
still
that she's
unaware.
no match for them.
And she's unaware, is she, or?
Well, she's aware now. She turns around and gives out a piercing yell, throws her staff to the ground, and pulls out a long bone knife, holding it fiercely in front of her. But unless she's a skilled warrior, they're going to tear her to pieces in seconds.
I will try to come in for a backstab. Not that I've got a backstab skill, but...
Okay, you can get a +2 to attack from behind. The Gith are armor class 12.
Okay, I'm at the front, so I get a +1. First attack is an 8 on a dice. 1 second. Where am I? Oh, it's going to be a hit anyway. Say +2 because I'm hidden. 6 +3. Okay. So that's 15. And the next one was a 15. So that's 2 hits. I rolled double 3s, which is 14 damage.
Whoa. Okay, you literally appear out of nowhere, ram your blade up to the hilt in the Gith's back. He gives an awful squawk and spins around to face his assailant. And
I look to the lady. My lady?
Okay, for those who want to see some more colourful pictures of Gith, there's of course this classic by Brom.
What makes you think I want to see a single picture of Gith? Color or no?
And here's the very cool 4th edition version.
Oh, I like that.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Never mind.
Yeah. Okay, Nissa.
Real quick, I posted a question in chat and just wanted to make sure if that's possible or not.
If you didn't say you did, then no, you didn't.
Okay, fair enough. In that case, I'm going to use my bow. I have a bow. I can actually fire arrows. It's a thing. All right. Well, I'm going to aim at the biggest one, I guess.
Go for it.
That's a 17 to hit. Hit armor class 17.
Yeah, they're armor class 12.
Oh, yes. So that's a hit. And the second one is exactly on the nose, 12. So that's D8. D8 minus 1. Oh, 1 damage on the first one. And 5 damage on the second.
Okay, I'm assuming, are you spreading your attacks out, or are you focus firing, or what are you
Focus firing on one target.
Okay, well actually the first arrow kills the one that Matthias had already injured. He only had 1 hit point left.
Oh, well, if he drops, then I'll aim at another one.
Yeah, and deal how much was that?
5 on the second one.
Okay. The Gith you stabbed Matthias drops with an arrow straight through his throat, and another arrow sails out of the darkness, thwack, into the Gith next to him. They break their charge down the slope toward Jengi and spin around to face fresh assailants. Okay. Bengal and Portek together.
Right. I'm going to use some of my newly acquired steel darts, I think.
Okay.
So, are there 2 left or 1 left?
There are 4 left, 5
left
left in the attacking group, and 6 more are down with the Kanks at the moment. They haven't been able to turn their attention up toward you.
Okay, can I aim one of my steel darts at the one that Arnaut just fired at?
Yeah, you can throw 4 of these around, so.
Oh, okay. Well, can I throw 1 at each?
Just
You're quite
1 at
quiet,
each?
Leia.
Yeah. Like, boo, 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 boo.
Go. Yeah, they're armor class 12 each.
So, what am I rolling here? Sorry. Ooh, D20?
Yep.
So that's an 18
Turn the music down a bit so we can hear
plus.
it.
Is
Yep.
it a +8 to hit?
With the darts, yes, +8.
Okay. So that's like, I don't know, a lot. And I don't have a D3.
Roll D6 and halve it.
Okay. So that's the first one is 2, and then second one is 3. I'm confused. Right, okay. So the first one is 5 in
Yep.
total, and then the second one is 6 in total damage.
Yep.
And then third one is 4 in damage, and then the last one is 6 in damage again.
Okay, so that's all 4 of your darts now sticking into various gith.
Yeah.
You'll have to get those back later.
That's okay.
But from their perspective, they're under attack from a fairly large force. Arrows, darts, all flying at them out of the darkness. Meanwhile, Portek, what do you do?
Portek, in his now regular outfit of a dwarven legionnaire,
Yep.
pumps his sandaled feet into the sand in a charge towards the gith with his long spear and big body shield, and plants his spear straight into the chest of one of the gith.
Nice.
And he does that with a 16.
Yep.
And that is a hit. We're talking about medium size, right?
Yep.
There we go. 16. That is +2. That is 7 hit points.
Okay, nice. Okay, the spear punches through his leather armor, lifts him almost clear off his feet. He pushes himself off the end of the weapon, very sorely injured.
And I move my charge onwards to position myself before the elven girl to protect her from the onslaught. Yeah.
Nice, good. Okay, Constantine, and actually also Ra.
How many? Yeah, I'm at a 9. So how
Yeah.
many are left in that group?
Okay, there's 5, but one of them is quite badly injured. The others have all got darts sticking out of them.
So Constantine's gonna move right in and using his 2 short swords, he's gonna slash it, move right into the middle, like he just seems to be just pissed. Just slashes at one and slashes at a second one in between the 2 of them.
The rest of
Remember,
you
you've
have
all got
never
+1.
seen a killing expression like this on Constantine's face before. There's something just almost mad and murderous in his eyes. Roll to hit.
The first one's a nat 20,
Nice.
Oh,
and the second
okay.
one is a 15.
This is the
plus
obsidian
bonuses,
sword, right?
Doesn't really matter.
This is with your obsidian swords, yeah?
Yes, they are. On
Okay,
that
so
one,
as
I'm gonna
always-
go for
as
max
always-
damage.
As always with the natural 20, if you want to do max damage, the sword will break.
That's going to be max damage on that one.
Okay.
And because of this, I'm actually going to apply the +3 to the damage. 'Cause remember, I switched the one.
Yes.
So let me. That would be the 6 plus my 3. I don't remember if I get something for my for favorite enemy. I don't remember what the bonus is to that. But yeah, he's that's going to be a 9 at least on that first one.
Okay. Yeah, you see Constantine step forward and just stab his short sword into the gith so hard the blade snaps. The gith staggers backward, blood fountaining from the wound from its lips, rolls a few feet down the rocky incline and lies there, spasming, and then is still. He spins, just barely even aware that he has a broken sword in one hand, and lunges with his other blade for the next one.
Let me roll the damage on, and that's a 5 plus the 3, so that'll be an 8.
Your blade gouges a huge gash across the gith's throat, and blood sprays out into the night air. The gith has its spear in one hand and is holding its claws over the injury with the other, coughing and spluttering, blood gargling out of its neck. It's still alive, but only just. Ra.
So hearing Constantine fight, Ra charges towards where he is,
Yes.
and strikes out at an enemy for I think it's a 16 to hit.
Yep.
And then that is is it a small medium?
Yeah.
Okay, that is then 19 damage.
Okay, he ends up on minus 17 hit points.
Epic.
Yeah, Ra just kind of looms out of the darkness, honing in upon the sound of the murder that you are doing, and just hews the Gith completely in pieces. Okay, the remaining three, all three of them, who've been the ones who've been hit by your darts, they bark to each other in their strange language. Did Constantine actually end up taking Gith? No. Okay, so you don't understand what it says, but it's fairly clear what their intention is as they bunch their legs down and leap through the air. Momentarily, all three are airborne, spears raised high, and all three lunge them straight down toward Ra.
There's no attacks of opportunities, is there?
Not if they have rapid retreat.
Bring it, boys.
Bring it, lizard boys. Okay. Ra's only got on my class 10. All right, 7s or higher then. Okay. That's only 2 hits. That's cocked. Okay. Ra, the two of the spears stab deep into you, taking 8 points of damage, putting you on 41. The other Gith mistimes his leap and goes sailing past you, skittering to a halt on the rocky ground behind you. Alerted by the cries and yells, the 6 Gith down by the Kanks forget about the Kanks, grab their weapons and start running around the side of the little dip, getting themselves into a position from where they can leap toward the battle. Constantine, of course, you know this is how Gith always start their attacks, by a leap with their powerful legs. The elf the elven guard, whose name you still haven't gotten, comes running down the side and appears next to Jengi. There's some chatter back and forth in Elven, for those of you who speak Elven. Jengi, we have come to save you. Get behind us. She pushes him to one side. You get behind me, you drunkard. There's a few moments of bickering back and forward. And let me we'll go to roll 20. Okay, new initiative, please.
With your speed this time.
That would help. Matthias. 8. Ra. 13. Jeez. 11. Beres.
Jesus Christ, on out.
7. No, wow! That's some kind of record there, Arnaud. And Bengal.
Sorry,
14.
I did it wrong.
You've rolled a whole bunch of dice there. We'll take the 8, shall we?
Don't look at them.
Okay, so Bengal, Matthias, and Portek, you're all up. In whichever order you like.
I will slash twice again.
Yeah, go for it.
Sorry, I am +4 to hit. Oh my god, I rolled a 1 and a 2. Oh my god. The highest is a 9.
You slip on a piece of eyeball and fail to make your attack connect.
I can't believe I rolled a 1 and a 2 on a dice.
Good job. Well done. Okay, Portek or Bengal?
Go ahead, Bengal.
If you insist. I'm going to take out my singing sticks.
Yeah.
The both of them, and I'm going to... I guess whoever's closest to me, whoever seems like they're about to get down and nasty.
You're still real quiet, by the way.
Am I?
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm going to give him the old 1-2 with my singing sticks.
The singing sticks. Good job.
Yes. Okay. So, are they small?
No, they're medium.
Okay. So, I rolled a 13 and a 12 on the dice.
Yep.
Does that hit?
Yeah, they're armor class 12.
Okay, sick. And it's d6 for 2, right?
Yep.
1d6 plus 5. So that would be 8 damage. Do I have to roll for both weapons or just
Yes.
one? Okay. And then the second one is 10 damage.
Whoa. Okay. You scuttle down the slope and with two well-placed blows, quite simply. The first one cracks the Gith across his knees, and as the head comes down to your level, clonk, the second one caves the back of his skull in. And grey matter spatters down the front of your tunic as he rolls lifeless at your feet.
Gross.
Anything from you, Portek?
Defending the Elven Maiden constitutes as me following my Dwarven focus, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I roll then a 15. And that's after a calculation of 15. And see, I do a vicious stab in a regimented military manner to the guy already wounded, to his sternum.
Yes.
And I do him 7 points of damage again.
Nice. He collapses to his knees, grievously injured. There's only two in the initial attacking party still left alive. The other Gith haven't got themselves into an attacking position just yet, but they will right after you, actually, Portek. However, you have dealt grievous and fatal injuries to those who were in the initial wave. Now the other 6 have come into position, having left the Kanks behind, and with shrieking war cries, bunch their legs beneath them and come hurtling airborne into battle.
I'm behind my big shield.
Yeah, so you can set for charge, and everyone else is going to get a single Gith against them. Okay, Bengal, one comes racing toward you. 12, 15, you dodge underneath his spear, and he lands just to your side and spins around to bring the attack to you. Constantine, another hurtles down towards you. You easily sidestep the incoming attack, having seen this kind of thing many times before. Matthias, likewise, you manage to just parry the incoming spear with your weapon. Nissa, natural 20. He slams the spear right, goes clean through you, and then deliberately snaps it. Nissa, you take 8 damage, leaving you on 6. He doesn't need a spear, however, as he raises large, ragged claws, preparing to finish the job a few moments later. And Portek, that's a miss. However, you get to make a free attack against him. You're muted.
14?
Yep. And damage? Or was that damage?
No, God no. The damage is 8 though.
8. Okay. You all but impale him on your spear as he mistimes his leap and scutters sideways next to you, bleeding heavily. And finally, Ra. Yeah. You take another 6 damage. You're on 35 now, as the Gith manages a stab at your side as he goes flying past you, lands on his feet, and spins around, ready to meet whatever comes next. In this case, that's Constantine.
There we go. So he still doesn't realize his second weapon is broken, so he's going to plunge at the one in front of him with both, despite the fact that he's kind of not realizing.
Yep.
14
still
plus
double damage.
Yeah, for it. It's going to be over. That's about 18 right there. So
Yeah, nice.
And 3 plus 3 would be 6 damage.
Okay. You hew down another one of the Gith. Only one of the original ones in the first attacking party, still badly injured, remains. At this point, you notice that the second weapon, the original weapon, is broken. There's actually a bit of Gith hide hanging off it so deeply into him that it thrust. Okay, and Ra.
Hearing the noise of Nissa being almost impaled with this spear, points of damage as she swings it down with her. You just try and knock it out the way. I like to think almost like golf, like whacks it out the park.
And this is the gith in front of you just disappears. And you kind of look from behind, you see there's Ra standing there. Yeah, exactly. Okay. About half an hour passes. Nissa.
I guess I'm still impaled.
Yeah, the thing's spear is kind of stuck through you. The
my
front end is
God.
broken off. The butt end is broken off.
So I can slide off of it.
Sure.
It's probably not a good idea. The one that was attacking me is dead, right?
Yes, that's an understatement, yes.
Yes, and what's left? Because I was a little bit distracted by spears going through me. So
That's fine. There are 6 gith in tight melee with your group. They've all kind of paired off with individuals, except for the one that was on you that's dead.
okay, I'm going to try and muster my strength, focus my will, use some sort of mental exercise just to block out the pain, and fire my bow into the gith.
Okay.
That's a natural 20.
Beautiful.
Apparently that worked. And this one's a 6 plus 2, so an 8, so miss.
Okay.
So
All right.
First, I only managed to focus for 1.
That's fine. You're going to roll damage, or are you going to sacrifice the arrow?
I think I'll
Or
sacrifice the arrow.
Is it a steel arrow?
No, it's a
Obsidian.
It's a bone sheaf arrow.
Bone sheath. Okay, so then that's 7 damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
One of the injured or uninjured?
let's go for one of the injured ones.
Okay, well.
If I can eliminate one, that's great.
Yep, the one that Constantine was fighting, you perfectly aimed shot, goes straight through the back of his skull. Arrowhead punches out the front, and he actually kind of bounces off Constantine's armor, slides groundward. That's half their number killed, so...
I'm going to stay next to Ra.
Okay, the Gith get to make a morale check. And they got to get 12 or lower. And they get a 15. Okay. Realizing that they have completely misjudged this attack, there's barking cries, back and forward between the Gith. And almost as one, none of them are disagreeing. They begin to kind of disengage, hobbling backward away from the battle, and withdrawing. Okay? Initiative, please.
Bengal, are you adding speed? Your like speed bonus?
No.
Yeah, you have to do 1d10 plus the number of the speed of the weapon you're using.
Right. Oh, okay, fair enough. But I don't know what weapon I'm going to use until I decide what I'm.
Well, then you have to decide. That's the point at which you decide.
Okay, fine. Right.
What if you decide halfway through the round to change your action?
Then you can change weapons, you modify the speed factor, and you get a +1 penalty.
What if the speed factor is faster than the one you were?
Then
going
you just
to
get a
use?
+1 penalty.
Okay, hold on 1 second. So then that makes my roll just now 4.
Okay, and I guess on 9. Okay, so Bengal, you're first. Then what are you doing?
Well, can I go over to what's left of Nissa on the spear and maybe use, the magic sword that we got?
Yes.
The magic sword. Did they say that I have to press it against her lips or whatever?
And say the
You
name
have to
Camelot.
stab her with it.
Yeah, Camelot or whatever. Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
You're not really building up trust there, Matthias.
Yeah, you're on thin fucking ice, mister. Alright, now.
6 hit points, Nissa, as the energies of the ancient dwarven sages
But wait, take the
rush
spear out
into
Wait,
you.
wait, yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm taking the spear out first. I'm not gonna let him.
Don't heal me
feel
with the
around.
thing.
I want to hear
Yeah.
the story of how the halfling's getting to the half giant's lips. That's the story I want.
That's my
Nissa.
lip.
No, it's Nissa, not me.
Yeah,
Thank God.
I'm
I was like,
Otherwise-
Bengal
I
has
was just, like,
installed a
climb
ladder on Ra anyway, so.
yeah. Huge.
Okay, Matthias?
Matthias looks around and says, "Oh, Nissa, you look. You got better. See, my friends,
Yeah.
what fun we have!" And he just charges in.
Oh, yeah, okay, right.
By the way, Mark, is that me fully healed, or is that...
No, you've got 6 back.
6 back.
I don't remember what I was on.
You're on 12.
Oh, okay, well,
You
I
had 6
rolled
before.
a 3 and a 15. The 3 would be my +4. So that's +5. It was an 8, so that would miss, obviously. But the other one hits 4, 5 plus 4, 9 damage.
Oh, you kill one of the fleeing giths. The others, they're now turning away, hoping to kind of get a leap in to get even further away from your group, looking back over their shoulder, yammering and shrieking in panic and fear as they're now... in
So where are you
absolute terror
going?
Of being cut down from behind as they flee. Okay, Constantine.
I'm gonna drop my useless short sword because no point, and I'll take both hands on the back of the other and just drive it into the neck of one of the fleeing.
Okay, right.
And that'll be a 13 plus 2, so 15.
+1 from me.
Oh no, that's still a hit, and it's gonna be a 6 plus 3. It's 9.
9, okay. It's not enough to kill one of the uninjured ones. There's only 4 of them left. He kind of stumbles badly, blood spurting from the wound, looks back over his shoulder, and for a moment you think he's about to try and beg for his life, but then he sees the fury in your eyes and knows that it is futile.
The end is nigh.
Okay. His companions, the 3 of them, give frenzied pushes with their hind legs, leaping 20 feet up the slope and break into a run, having successfully disengaged. He turns and scrabbles after them. As he does so, Constantine, you get a free attack against him.
All right, so 19 plus my bonus, so for 6 damage.
That's all he had. You hew him down. He sprawls upon the rocks, coughing, rolls over onto his back, and dies.
I'll turn the blade as well while he's just groaning. 'Cause
Brutal.
Right.
Good show, chap.
Feels good. Feels good.
Ra, Portek, and Nissa, do you want to pursue the 3 fleeing Gith?
So I'll be completely honest with you. Ra isn't aware that they're retreating. She just so she's probably going to pursue because no one's told her the
For
game's
her,
over.
They're now out of her comfort zone. The close range,
okay.
The close range combat that she's
Yeah.
trained within, they're well beyond that now. You can
She would
hear
just
the sound of them
hold-
scrabbling in the darkness, but
Yeah.
it's almost impossible for you to get an idea of where they are.
She would almost she would be stood in a like preparing for an attack as if like she's ready to, if it becomes into her range, she would be ready.
Yeah.
So she's
Yes,
just
I will
she's
tell
just
her.
prepared.
Yeah, no,
They're
man,
running away.
They're gone. It's fine. They're running away.
Oh, okay.
You can put it down now.
Is
Good
any
shot.
of them carrying anything significant that I see?
They had kanks, right?
They were here
That
to
was the
steal the
elves.
kanks from poor Jengi.
Yeah, but any of those fleeing ones, is it carrying anything significant? A significant weapon or a pouch or anything that's worthwhile looting?
No, they appear to have been a raiding party. There's probably a Gith camp somewhere nearby, somewhere within a few miles, that they would have been hoping to return to.
Do we want them to return to that gift camp? Just a strategic assessment. This in a split second. Can we actually still get these gifts, or are they actually really already almost out of range?
You would need to pursue them immediately if you wanted to catch them.
Yeah, but they can keep jumping this jump, right? So they can. Yeah. I'm looking at Constantine. Is he ready to give up the fight? Constantine?
Oh, after depends how long you guys are discussing it. After about a minute, he would just stand up, kind of just sullenly, just look at his blade, and just walk back towards his cank like nothing had happened, and just go, "I lost my short sword."
Yeah, we let them go. I
And-
don't think it's worth the effort.
Is
That's
every,
actually quite terrifying, dwarf, but okay.
is everyone okay? Sorry if I she's just talking like into the just I'm sorry if I scared anyone with my voice.
No, it's fine, Ra.
Oh, you did good. You did good. I pat her thigh.
I walk towards Nissa and Ra. They look kind of mauled a bit.
And this is actually not as bad as you would have expected from this spear. There's a small welt here, and perhaps that has to do with Bengal, who is holding the sword of Camelot next to her. Ra, yes, took a couple of noteworthy blows, which, to be honest, would have killed most of you. She's on 35 hit points.
Bra's more just looking to, like, if anyone's approaching her, she's just like, that elf said that there was a really pretty lady here. I'm scared I scared her. Is she here?
Oh, no, there is. You didn't scare her.
At these words, the Jengi looks over toward the guard. You said that about me, Fannin? Yeah! You know she was beautiful, and Fannin has always told you this. I cannot tell a lie, Jengi. She, under the moonlight, actually manages a blush.
Oh, romance.
I
So,
proceed
your
to heal
friends?
Ra while this is going on.
Okay.
Thank you, Portek.
It's good. You fought well.
What am I currently at HP wise?
You're currently at 35, but I'm waiting for numbers from...
14 in total.
98.
14.
Yeah.
So that's everything.
Pure lights.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's exactly what I
That's
needed,
spot on.
actually.
Okay. The injuries of the Gith spear are closed. For a brief moment, your nostrils fill with soft, moist loam. The smell of freshly turned earth. And then the pain is gone.
I look at Nissa. She really doesn't need anything. She's good.
2 hit points off.
Okay.
You're muted. See, Nissa?
I'll be okay.
That wasn't so bad, was it?
That's easy for you to say. You didn't get run through with a spear.
They tried, though.
Yes, but you're a wily little devil, aren't you?
That's what that sound was.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. That happened. But hey, I healed you with my magic sword, so stop complaining.
I'm
Beautiful
not
sword.
complaining. I'm very, very grateful that you
Yeah,
healed
you
me.
should be. Yeah.
Should have
Thank
wielded it in battle. That would have helped. That would have been really good.
Excuse me. do
Also,
wanna
thank you for resisting the urge to chew on my leg.
Me?
Wasn't that what you? Never mind.
You people?
Oh, you went there, did you?
You're making vast assumptions here, mister.
Okay.
Maybe I
Hey.
will one day. Keep your eyes open, buddy.
I'm not sure if she's talking to me or you there.
Both is good.
Good shooting again. It's good to see a bow back in your hand.
Nice to have a bow again.
Well done, guys. You all really fought well. Impressive.
I will offer you my thanks as well, Jengi says. Fannin, who are they? They is slaves, what I freed.
We're old friends, I say in Elven.
She smiles and responds similarly in the Elven tongue. Then may the moon shine on the hour of our meeting. What are you doing out here among the rocks and the shadows?
We seek an audience with the Jura Dai.
She looks over at Fannin. Well, you have found us. What can we do for you?
Well, do you speak for all Jura Dai?
Yes.
Do I believe her?
Do you speak for all half-elves?
No. But we are here on behalf of friends of ours in Kled. So,
Really?
Yes.
I see. I suppose you've come from Uruk to take more of our people into bondage, have you?
Absolutely.
Worked the last ones to
not.
death, did you?
we
We have nothing
We
to do with
are
Ulrich.
We are actually trying to get to speak to your chief because there's clearly has been a misunderstanding, and we would like to discuss what has happened.
Yeah, you'll see, Jengi? They're just here to speak to your father. Fannin. Oh. Yeah. Maybe I shouldn't have given that away.
So what are you, like a princess?
She is the chieftain's daughter.
I am Jengi Dai, daughter of Jura Dai. And yes, I speak for my people.
Well met.
It is an honor to meet you.
Hi.
This way, Ra.
Surely saving your life buys us at least an audience?
If that's what you seek, I will take you to see my father.
Well, we could speak to her as well, could we?
You
But I warn you,
promise of our safety while you're down there.
I promise you nothing.
I understand. We
You
do
come in the
understand.
name of Kled. You come under the banner of our enemies. The Jura Dai are strong, and we have many warriors. And
So
if
you
you
do.
come to our camp bearing treachery, we will leave your bodies for the Castric elves.
Might I ask, why are you traveling alone? You sound really important.
We are Jura Dai. We fear nothing.
That's a great skill to have.
Come, friends of Fannin. I will take you to see my father.
I must add, what a beautiful herd you have.
She turns, looks you up and down, manages a smile, and leads you off through the canyons into the moonlight and the shadow.
You know what they say, Matthias, a hard cank is good to find.
Indeed.
Do they say that?
They do.
Okay.
They do
They
now.
say that where I'm from.
Right, we shall pick up the trail at the fortress of the Jura Dai after a break. The Fortress of the Butcher, it is called. It sits at the head of a canyon, overlooking the rocky Badlands. An edifice of the ancients, 1,000 years old or more. Crumbling walls rising out of the sand. 4 towers. 2 of them, only the lower floors still remain. The internal buildings completely collapsed. But even as you walk up the road, flattened earth toward it, you can see the elves standing guard on the wall, tall, silhouetted in the moonlight, watchful for your approach. It is the presence of Jengi and Fanon that stops them from filling you full of arrows. Do you leave your mounts outside, or you take them into the fortress itself? And actually, while you consider that, there is what it looks like. So you approach from here.
Okay.
Very cool.
You can see around it, I'm just pinging it here, an immense ditch, dried, filled with sand and old rocks. Who knows why such a ditch would be around a fortress? What could it possibly do but slow people down a little bit? The concept of a moat, of course, being foreign to Athasians. These two towers here, only the lower floor still exist. These two intact. This great one here, towering above the others. Elves glare down at you from these watchtowers. As you pass up the causeway, a 6-foot-high stone wall on either side. And through where once a portcullis must have stood, you first gaze into the inner area. In the remains of buildings on either side, you can see elves, men and women, peering out from behind the broken windows and doorways towards you. On the walls around you, dozens and dozens of Jura Dai just kind of sit, hunched, watching you, looking down, leaning on their spears, whispering to each other behind their hands. There's easily 300 of them here. Well, you've seen this war party in full flight, attacking the House Reshiret caravan. In the corral at the back of the main courtyard, Kanks. 20 or 30 of them all gathered together. And this is what that main tower looks like from the outside.
It's a bit of a fixer-upper.
It is a little bit, yes. At the call that goes out, the Jengi has returned. He strides out onto the balcony that overlooks the courtyard. You recognize his long cloak, but mainly the fan of feathers out like a ruff around his neck. The long bone blade at his side, and the steel dagger with which he personally cut the throat of Captain Wayom of House Reshiret. He glares imperiously down at you, eyes alighting upon his daughter. And then turns, cloak swirling in the night air, and heads back inside the tower. Jengi turns to Fanon. I will see you later. My now will be empty until you do, he says.
Are there any torches glowing in the dark, or is it just all moonlight?
It's moonlight. These elves have no need of torches.
Yes. As people are looking over, I'm like waving to them courteously.
You know exactly how to pitch it to the elves. And in fact, although many of them maintain stern demeanors, you can see a few of them smiling back and nodding their heads at your bravura. The elves of Athas respect those who live in a now that is filled with joy and daring. Jengi, chin high, not looking to either side, leads you up the stairway that you can see against the northern wall. The outer walls are lined with elves who have apparently been bedding down here for the night. You can actually see there's some kind of separation. The young male warriors on one parapet, the young woman on the other. A bridge connects the parapet to the main tower, and a pair of well-armed guards, heavy chitin breastplates, automatically stand aside, allowing Jengi to lead you into the main chamber beyond. The tower itself is a central room surrounded by an outer corridor. You can see a couple of guards in the corridors, but it's into the great chamber that she leads you. And there, sprawled on a great chair, bedecked with the hides and furs of desert creatures, one long leg out at a casual angle, his hand nowhere near his weapons, just toying idly with the ends of the feathers that is on his ruff. "Father," Jengi says, in Elven. "These saved my life from Gith. They ask an audience with you. I give it to them as my gift." He waves her away. She bows her head, and out the corner of her mouth, "Good luck." And turns and backs out of the room. Leaning against the walls, one sitting on a barrel, are other elves. 2 men, 2 women. Feathers in their hair, or obsidian beads tied in braids. One has a gaudy top of purple and green animal hide. Advisors, clan chiefs within the tribe, who can say? Clearly worthies in the eyes of Jura Dai for him to admit them here to his inner sanctum. He remains silent, looking you up and down.
I just politely bow towards him.
I do the same.
And so do I.
Rara attempts to lower her head, but she's already crouched down, so it's like she can't really go much further.
And I bow as well.
Yeah, Constance kind of just dazed, so he just sees it and goes. He just drops his head.
Vortex scrapes his throat, looking whether he has the permission to speak at the man on the sofa.
Jura Dai gives no indication of permission or the withholding of it, just simply glaring at you with a haughty expression.
First, I would like to express my thanks to your daughter for her gift, allowing us to be presented to you for an audience. Secondly, I would, on behalf of my friends here, like to express my gratitude to you for freeing us from the Urik slave caravan a couple of moons ago. We were slaves in that argosy that you stopped.
And righteously so.
I have put many argosies to the torch. Show me your brand.
Can we?
I lift up.
I don't think me or you have them, Arnold.
Yes, we
You
do.
were all branded.
Oh, as we got on, okay.
Yeah.
Aye.
Resharek. House Resharek. Yes, I remember. The caravan leader choked on my blade.
He did indeed. We were witness to that.
Then you know me.
Yes. We made our way from the Argosy back to my hometown, Kled.
The elves who've been lounging around the outer walls stand now, and though Jura Dai places no hand near his blade, they all go to their daggers, their longbone swords.
Hearing, sorry to interrupt, hearing the people rise in the room, she would feel worried. And if possible, can I use my empathy on the gentleman who's speaking with us?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. What do I do for this?
You roll me a d20 and you add nothing. And you hope to get a 12 or higher.
9. Just forget about that, it's fine.
His mind is like the shifting sands of the desert under the winds.
Come.
There is nothing to be gleaned from this man.
There's no need for bloodshed here.
Upon our arrival, we were informed by the Council of Kled of what had passed. And
They admitted their treachery to you, did they?
they admitted that they were forced to accept the presence of Urik's forces on their territory and water their caravan at their oasis.
To give water to the whelps of the lion is one thing. To send them against us,
They did no
to
such thing.
reveal the location of where my tribe lives is another.
They did not do that. They did not do that.
You know this how? You were in a slave caravan of House Resharek.
Because the old man of the council said so.
A dwarf spouting lies in his dotage. We know what we saw. My brother labors now in the Smoking Crown, mining obsidian for the lion. How came they here, if not by the treachery of your kind?
I do not know.
No,
I
you
do not claim to know. No.
So what, you came to beg forgiveness for the dwarves of Kled?
Yes, I was
You came-
asked as
You
an
came to offer
emissary to.
yourselves?
If that is what it takes for them to get their druid returned, yes, I will do so gladly.
They have no idea why you've taken the druid. They have no idea why you've taken this action against them. So surely that would
To
seem-
punish them.
But they
We
don't
have
know.
poisoned their water and taken from them
You
the
have.
one who may purify it.
They
And
have
now they
no
will
idea. They have no idea why they are being punished.
They lie to you.
No, they know that allowing Urik to water at their oasis has angered you. They know that, but they could not do anything. Urik was with such an overwhelming force at their oasis. They had no response to that.
Now you walk in circles beneath the moon. I have already said I have no grudge against those who are forced to give their water to the whelps of the lion. But those who send them against us will die.
What evidence is there that they sent them against you?
How else would they find us? How else would they know which canyon to walk up? How did you find this place if you were not told to come here by the dwarves of Kled? Our place here is well known to them.
Yes, it is. But there are many ways to find you.
There was also some people that were left alive, guards of the slave ship. They may have found or followed you.
Please have your simpleton hold her tongue.
I'll go wait outside.
The treachery of the dwarves happened before the attack upon the slave caravans.
That it is clear. You are aware that there are many magic means to discern your location.
Oh yes.
As Ra's leaving, I would put out hold, like whatever like body part is closest to him to grab me, like stay.
Yes.
So what? You come to beg me to release their druid?
Yes.
And if I will not?
Then I will.
If I would rather
try
see
and-
the dwarves choke upon their treachery?
And what if there is an equitable exchange?
Excellent.
Equitable.
Yes.
A dwarf and a half-elf speak to me of an equitable exchange. What have you that I want?
Surely you've been friends with Kled for many years. Why would they suddenly become treacherous now?
Surely they would understand that you would have this reaction.
I take it the answer is nothing, seeing as you have avoided my question so
No.
deftly.
The answer is
Look,
something significant.
Maybe we don't have something now, but is there something we could get
We do.
for you?
At least I do. I cannot speak for my my friends here. They have to speak for themselves. But I am willing to offer my services in your fight against Uruk.
As am I. We bear no love for Ulrich. They
Absolutely
enslaved
not.
us.
Yes.
You cannot run.
But we can fight.
Not as fast as you, of course. But we can fight, as Portek says here.
Then take your fight against the lion.
We
You
intend to.
cannot run. You have no place with us.
What? What was your relationship like with Kled before this incident?
They had their now, we had ours.
Did you share any trade?
Trade? We are Jura Dai. We do not trade. What? You think we are weak-spined sky singers? Silver hands grubbing for coins?
Of course not.
What we want, we take.
Understood.
Is there anything in which I can prove my trust towards you? Ask it, it shall be yours.
Oh, that's what I need to do. Okay.
Bring me the head of the leader of Kled. Show
you
that
will-
your allegiance lies with us and not with them.
And that for that you will return. You will return
Seems-
you will return the druid to Kled.
For that, I will allow you to serve me.
But what about the druid?
When your service is proved adequate, I will consider the matter of the druid. We speak currently only of building trust between us.
There must be a more civil way. Come
You want civil? Go to the cities of your human parent. We run, we take. We live on the now but beneath the moons.
But all of this is based on the premise that Kled betrayed you. And yet you have no proof that they did. You just assume that they did, because you can't think of any other possible option. That doesn't mean that that option does not exist. Kled claims not to have betrayed you, yet you claim that it is so.
What if we brought you proof that they were not the ones that betrayed you?
Surely then,
Why? Why do I care for the dwarves of Kled? You speak as if I have something that I need to win here. I have already won. I have their druid, and now they will die.
Innocence.
You
will
wish
die.
him? Give me something I care about.
Well, name it and we'll give it to you. Something funny? Did I say something funny?
What a Jura Dai care for if you cannot just take it yourself?
What if they let you drink from their oasis?
We can already drink from their oasis. We are the only ones who can. The Methalanok has seen to
Can't
that.
right now, though. Not right now.
No,
Yes,
they
we
can't.
can.
Yes, the Methalanok is something they can actually drink. The elves can drink from that water. It's only poisonous to everybody else, but elves and kanks.
Well, isn't that convenient?
Well, it makes perfect strategic sense. It is a very clever decision. It wins them the battle without a fight.
It's a bit cowardly, don't you think?
Some people just care about winning. They don't care how they win.
You see, he understands the way of the Jura Dai.
It makes complete sense, strategic and tactical sense.
yet it's all based on a false premise.
Yes.
Exactly.
So,
Kled would know that you could just do this, so it's very...
Yeah,
I mean,
why would Kled ever move against you?
You seem
if
like a
this
much
would
more
be your
intelligent
response?
elf than I thought.
They know what you can do.
Intelligence is
Perhaps-
brimming from you, chieftain. You surely would not believe that Kled would turn against you.
What actually makes the most sense is he doesn't know who his enemy is, so he's choosing an enemy. That enemy nobody will care about, so he'll still be attacked anyway. But this is his way of saving face.
It
That's
has
It's
to
not
do
about
with,
respect. It's about people thinking he did something.
For the first time, there's a flicker of doubt across Tugadai's face as his eyes go to the 4 other elves around the chamber. I
yes.
begin to tire of this conversation, he says. You come begging and offering nothing.
We have offered
Let us-
anything you want. You have
let
not
us-
mentioned what you want.
We could try and get your people back from the mines. If we returned them to you, would you return their druid?
Ra, the mines of they're the mines of Uruk, right? Or in the mines of Tyr?
No, an Uruk at the Smoking Crown volcano.
Yeah, so that by the time we actually reach the Smoking Crown volcano, the village of Kled will have died. It's too far away.
What if you do that, you return it, and we then go, and then if we don't come back within a certain amount of time, you can take the druid back?
He seems about to dismiss this when one of the clan chief speaks up. You think you can do this? She says.
We
The
will do
smoking
it.
Crown Volcano is the heart of Uruk's economy. Apart from the city itself, apart from Destiny's kingdom, it is the most heavily guarded outpost they have.
Have I ever
We
been
can
there?
do it.
No. But what she says is true.
Yeah.
It's
Look,
their iron mine.
Yeah.
I turn to the elf who actually is constructively trying to talk to us. I'm putting my back towards the tribal leader here. So, whatever it takes to save Kled from this tragedy that has befallen them, to no fault of their own, I might add. And I stand by that. I will go to the ends of the earth and I will die for it. So if that's what it takes, if you need me to have the courage, what your leader clearly doesn't want to do himself, I will do so.
Do not speak of... And there's a quick back and forth in Elven between some of the clan chiefs.
Can I hear what they're
Oh
saying?
yeah, what do they say?
I said we should have attacked Smoking Crown, one of them says. This harassing the caravans will achieve nothing. The lion will simply send another caravan forth. We should have struck at them where they care, where they feel, in their obsidian heart. Too good I didn't want to. The dwarf speaks truth. Too good I shifts uncomfortably on his chair. This meeting is at an end. I will discuss your offer with my clan chiefs.
Thank you for hearing our plea.
Where can we refresh? I am parched.
I offer you a campfire. I offer you water.
We thank
We are
you. Your
grateful.
generosity knows no bounds.
What about some fine Jura Dai food? I missed that.
Perhaps you can
Yeah.
entertain the locals with some.
Clicks his tongue
Pros.
twice. Two guards come in from the outer hallway. And then quick clipped Elven. He instructs them to take you down to the central courtyard, provide you with a fire, food, water, bedrolls if you need it.
I say thank you
Nice.
in Elven.
Same.
As you leave, you can hear low voices back and forth as the clan chiefs turn their collective will on Jura Dai. Shortly thereafter, the six of you are gathered around a campfire. Around, elven families are settling down for the night. Fanon and Jengi saunter over and, gesturing at the fire, settle themselves down. Well, you're still alive, Jengi says.
That went rather
Early.
well.
That went well, did it?
Well,
Mm.
we're still alive, as you said.
I take it he refused to budge.
Your
Yes,
father's
we
a
had
stubborn man.
to convince his onlookers that it was something that he needed to consider.
Oh, then you found his only weakness. He has nothing to lose here. Kled
We
will
know.
die.
We hope to convince him otherwise, to show him that we are willing to pay the price to make that happen.
She looks over at Fanon. You were wrong, you see. Yeah, but look, I wasn't serious. It was a joke. He looks over at you. I said that you should have kidnapped her.
I believe, and make no mistake, I am a military tactician. The thought did cross my mind when you announced yourself to be the chief's daughter. I think if you want to negotiate with nothing in your hand to prove your honesty as a good neighbor, then that would not be a good starting position to do so.
So what's happening now?
We're
What
getting
did
some
you
food.
what keyword did you put among the castrocels that is causing?
Well,
to be-
I offered that I would do anything for him to make sure that the druid gets returned to Kled, and even that we would, as a group, would attempt to rescue his elven brethren in the Urik's Smoky Mountain mines.
From Smoking Crack,
Basically, we're going down into a giant volcano to save some elves.
you would die.
Yeah, probably.
They might, yes.
That's
There
just
is
how
a
we
chance.
There is no chance. You will die. There are 1,000 Urukite elite troops stationed there.
Yeah, but then you have to then be clever and smart and try and avoid the confrontation with that. In a direct confrontation, yes, we would die. So we don't do a direct confrontation.
Let's be honest.
We'll figure out a way. But at least, and then that's why they're still talking there, we told them that we would do this. And that is more than what your father actually offered to do.
Let's be honest, he hasn't really left us with a lot of choices here.
No.
Besides, he's blaming the Urukites without any evidence.
And I know for a fact that they didn't do it, but he claims that they did, because they would
No.
not. They're not that stupid. But there you go. I can't prove it because I wasn't there. But neither can he. So in that respect,
Sorry, did I say Urukites? I meant the people of Kled.
yeah.
Maybe there may be another way that we can find out who did it.
Is
If there was
any-
some way that we could obtain evidence or something that
There are ways,
True.
but they are beyond my reach. High-level priests, they can speak with the dead. Find one of the Urukites that actually did this raid, or one of the Urukites that you managed to kill, and get him to talk from beyond the grave.
Didn't
The
you say
druid,
that?
the druid could probably do that.
Didn't you say that you were on guard?
She
Wouldn't
looks
you-
over at Fannin. Yeah, well, I mean,
Because then you would have seen who came this way. How did they?
yeah.
you were drunk, weren't you?
Look, it gets really cold at night, and a bit of scapanong helps to warm the bones.
Well, then what if you say that you saw something else, and then that way we won't say that you were asleep or drunk.
Oh, I thought we was friends. Oh, that really hurts.
I'm sorry.
Yes, well, an entire
Seeing Raz's expression, he actually looks kind of like guilty, although I can't see it.
Dingle is glaring daggers at this guy.
Okay, no,
1 second away from a bowl snip.
I was just joking. I mean, perhaps you should better be quiet.
I look at the chief's daughter. Did you actually manage to kill any of the Urukites who came and dragged your tribal members out of here?
Yes.
Any one of them with a slight import? Like a commander or something?
I believe we took at least 2 of their lieutenants.
They most likely would know how they got by the knowledge of this attack. Your druid, which you captured, can speak with the dead. I'm pretty sure he can.
Yes, but why would they trust the word of this druid who they've just captured?
Because what the dead says, the dead says. The druid has no force over that.
But
Jura Dai my father would never agree to such a thing. It would reveal his weakness. But
maybe it's something that the other chieftains might want to hear, just to convince themselves of the right decision that they're making up there.
I don't think he would even give them that option. But someone with a more long-term view of the Jura Dai's future might.
I was just thinking the same. I'll give her a smile.
I'm
It
presuming
sounds to me
Yes.
like you have dealt my father a serious blow.
Unintentionally, of course.
No, quite intentionally, but not
Not
necessarily willingly.
Yes, well, obviously not in a harmful way. That's what
No.
I meant.
It sounds to me as if you might be able to come to an accommodation if the Jura Dai were under different leadership.
Suggesting exactly.
You want us to kill your father?
Yes, that's what she's saying.
Yeah, but why?
Because she wants to be in charge. It's very plain.
Quite.
Do this, I will give you back your druid.
Well, Matthias is really good with poison.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's true, to be fair.
I dabble a little bit.
Dabble my ass.
If you
I
can
would
get to
never do
his
that.
food,
Hold
Then-
on a second. Hold on. One thing from me. You're saying that we killed this guy, your father, and you are in charge, correct? There's no sort of voting or anything. You're just immediately right. You're the chieftain now.
We are Jura Dai. We vote with our blades. If his clan chiefs object, I would expect you to vote in my favor.
Oh, naturally. I'm just wondering if, we kill this person and we then have several hundred Jura Dai coming after us before you are elected chieftain.
There will be no election. Go now to the Great Hall. Kill them all,
No,
and I will give you what you want.
no,
Can
I
you give us
understand.
Jura Dai weapons so that way ours aren't used? That way they can't pin it back to us?
It will not matter. There will be a new chief, and her word will be law.
Right, well, this sounds good to me.
Doesn't it just?
Yeah.
Bengal. What if we kill them and then she blames us for it?
Yeah. This is a plan fraught with all sorts of double cross problems, isn't it?
And
Unfortunately, at
it
the
is
moment,
not just that. It is also something that is it really something that we wanted to do?
here's the thing. From my point of view, what I can see right now for us is either we take a nice little trip to a volcano and definitely die, or we kill a couple elves and maybe not die and get the druid back.
Why would she backstab us? We saved her life.
She does seem to be in our favor.
Can you give us a few minutes to think about this?
Enjoy the scapanong, enjoy the kip skewers. The zatal fry is particularly good. I promise you it isn't poisoned. Come, Fannin. Let's see if we can find ourselves some more scapanong. She stands and walks away. For a moment, Fannin's just like... and then gets up and hurries after her. He looks a little bit afraid.
Once they're far enough away, I'm going to say, why don't we go to her father, inform him what she's trying to do, claim he's dead, and when she shows up to take ownership, moments later, we can prove she's treacherous. What better way to showing loyalty is there than outing the daughter that wants him dead?
She
Oh, God, this
seems
is
a
hurting
lot
my
more
brain.
favourable than he does.
Why?
To be fair, she did not necessarily grant us audience, but she did bring us here. She hasn't killed us yet. She hasn't shown any inkling of wanting to. Whereas this guy, in charge at the moment, It looks like he couldn't give less of a shit about whether
Exactly.
we're alive.
Exactly.
And besides, he said to you, Portek, you can't run with them. He's never going to fully trust you because you're not a Jura Dai. Plain and simple.
I was looking for least bloodshed, but if that's the route we want to
Well,
take,
bloodshed here or bloodshed of us there. It's
Yeah.
quite simple. Well, we'll probably die getting there if we're honest.
well, least bloodshed would be if we convinced him of this, got the druid back, and there's no longer a reason for us to go.
You know, from what
He's
he was
still not gonna
saying,
do
I don't think that he's very much inclined to want to give the druid back. Really.
Yeah, and if we just say your daughter's treacherous, then he could just be like, "Thanks for telling me," and then not do anything. And then she
And then
just
we
lays
kill him
back with a
anyway.
huge thud and is just like, "I don't know."
So, as an alternative, why don't we try and see whether he... do they have a ritual of challenge in this, in the Elven
Like trial by combat?
trials? Trial by combat. Why don't we challenge him to a combat and kill him honorably?
That seems like a terrible idea.
I mean,
Yeah?
we do have a gladiator fighting duo here. We're kind of well versed in trial by combat.
Yeah, but that would be one-on-one and not two-on-one, I'm afraid.
We come as a package deal.
Yeah, no. That's
Not in a ritual combat, you don't.
He would never agree to that, so...
Yes,
yeah,
especially as a chieftain
Wow.
would come with his tribe. So
He's
you
just-
probably don't want that. do
Plus-
you?
I feel wrong to approach this dishonorably. So this is my objection, really.
Well, if the daughter chooses me as her gladiator for the trial by combat, the current chieftain chooses someone. I mean, then that way it's at least known that she wants to overthrow her father, so we're not fully to blame,
Yeah,
and
we're not
we get what we
assassinating
want.
anyone. Mhm.
But she's not just asking to overthrow father. She's asking us to kill her father, to kill him.
To kill him and everyone else that was in that chamber. His
Her
whole
father.
council, right?
Matthias, you're perhaps closer to Elven culture than any of the others. You know that if she issued a challenge and he refused to take it, that is as good as giving up his control of the tribe.
Oh, okay. I relay that information.
But would she have to do the challenge in person, or could she choose a champion?
She could choose a champion. He could as well,
Yeah.
but it wouldn't be a smart move on his part.
So then we can play a political game and say, look, when he brings
What's
us
to
our
stop
message,
him from picking one of us as his champion?
Nothing.
It looks weak.
Oh, okay.
I still can't get over the fact that all of this could be completely avoided if we just found some evidence as to who actually
I know. That's what I've
Found.
been saying.
out.
she clearly managed to, because we can find the evidence. I actually figured it out how to find the evidence.
Why don't
Yeah,
you
so
let
let's-
me
let's-
mingle? Let me mingle.
How
for a
about we
bit.
focus on that instead of coming up with some contrived plan to assassinate people? I mean, really.
No, we're not assassinating somebody. We would kill
Give me
somebody
give me some time.
through a challenge.
But you know what I mean.
I blend in
Yeah,
here.
I agree,
We're-
but the other,
we're trying
she clearly indicated that the other option would not be acceptable and not happen. He would never allow this to come open in the front, because he would then be exposed as a liar and he would be shown as weak. He will never allow for it, and she's right.
Wait, my friends. Let me try to earn your trust. Just give me an hour. Please stay, eat, drink. I will be back soon. And he'll go
Okay.
off and just mingle and try to gather some information that got anything to do with Kled and stuff.
Rora will be training, probably against Bengal, Bengal, just because she's in her head, she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna be a gladiator again. It's gonna be time. That's my go."
I would avoid any open displays of martial prowess in this town.
Oh.
Don't give away
Why?
any of your ability.
If they know one of their abilities or two of our abilities, that's not against all of them, and it might be enough to put a little bit of fear in them should they think to turn against us.
Look,
It's okay,
they're
I
not
can
afraid of
just-
us. There are 300 elves. They're not
I
afraid of us.
I can just do press ups and sit ups and all that stuff. It's good.
Flex your quads.
I can sit on your back.
Flex your
and help.
quads.
Yeah, I'll just do like a bodybuilder muscle man show, like just yeah.
And these elves, they attacked a fully armed and protected argosy. They're not going to be scared about a group of 5, 6 people who are clearly inside their camp in their line of fire. They're not going to be impressed. So, they freed us as slaves already as well.
First off, Matthias.
Mm-hmm.
Can you roll me a d10 quickly, please?
A D10. 5.
Okay, so you lose 5 ceramic pieces as you work your way between the campfires, slipping a coin here, a couple of bits there, sharing a sip of water,
Yep.
showing a few knife juggling tricks. Your innate knowledge of elven culture indeed allows you to blend in far better than a half-elf normally would, and gives you an information gathering check. This is somewhat outside of your familiar territory.
Okay.
So it's with a -3. So I want a d20 roll 15 or lower, please.
Well, it should be easy, right? 13 on a dice.
13. Okay. After a series of cautious conversations with a number of the Jura Dai elves, you discover that it's all he said, she said, they said. My cousin's friend's sister's nephew saw. The outlooks said. We heard from the clan chiefs that. There is no direct evidence that the dwarves of Kled directed the Urukites here.
Okay.
In fact, piecing things together from talking to several people, 2 facts spring to mind. One is that no one's saying it out loud, but there's a little bit of confusion as to why they've taken such a strong tactic against Kled. It's kind of an unspoken suspicion in the backs of some minds. Nobody wants to be the one to come out and say it outright. But talking to half a dozen people, it's a common thread. And second to that, you come to the suspicion that the real reason is that Uruk has scouting parties all over the area. A couple of people talk about having seen them as far afield south as Fort Iron, on the Iron Road itself. A couple of raiders say they saw one within sight of the mouth of the Tyr Valley. If that's true, it's not surprising that Urukite forces stumbled across this fort.
Okay. I will go back to the group a little bit tipsy and relay all that information.
Okay.
He's got no idea.
Oh.
He's just a scared chieftain, I think. He's worried about how many scouts there are about. He knows. He's blaming someone.
That information also tells us something else as well.
Mm-hmm.
It tells us that Uruk is ready to start a war.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who says he's not on the doorstep now?
Could be, yeah.
I sit down and take a bite to eat.
Okay.
Save versus poison.
I'm immune to poison. So, what do we do? Do we kill the elf?
I like poor Tech's idea, she's saying as she's doing press-ups with Bungal on her back.
Look, we allow for a challenge. We call them out why we call the challenge, because we can actually prove that this is the case. And we have also been told that there are people questioning the rule of of the Jura Dai chieftain, and we therefore challenge him on behalf of his successor to
Trial by combat?
trial by combat.
We would have to convince his daughter to do that first.
I don't think
Yeah.
it'll be too hard to convince, considering it would make her look good and probably gather some support from the elves.
Well,
if...
I think I can word it cleverly by challenging him. So I personally think that your daughter would be
We'll leave the wording up to you then.
right.
Alright.
Oh, please, Ross, stop. You're making me sweat.
She's got like one hand behind her back now, just single-handedly doing it. Like
He's
I'm
he's
just
got his feet
I'm just
wrapped.
like
On a
eating my
thumb,
dinner
yeah.
on top. Like I'm just like chilling like this, going up and down.
You're sitting on Ra, having your.
Yeah.
I was going to say Matthias is laying on his back with his feet rest up on Ra's body, just like legs going up and down.
Awesome. Yeah, there's a handful of elves have actually kind of gathered and making bets on how long it's gonna take before she slows down. There's a fair bit of money changing hands actually. But okay, Jengi wanders back to your group. Fannin is currently nowhere to be seen. She sits herself down.
Ah, welcome back.
The food and the drink to your liking?
Very tasty.
I'm not dead. Very impressed.
How I've missed it.
You know our ways well. For a half-elf.
I've travelled.
I'm impressed. So, your belly's filled. Are your hearts filled also? How is your now?
Well, we have an idea, Portek.
We have taken the time to find out what the proof is of the dwarves actually pointing Uric soldiers to your camp. And we found out that you actually have no proof at all.
No. The
And it's
scouts
just hearsay.
everywhere.
And this, and moreover, there actually are reports that there's been Uric scouts all over the place, and that actually is a much more likely reason that they stumbled upon your camp than the dwarves pointing out where your camp actually was.
Yes, this sounds likely to me.
And this for us is reason to, in front of his council, call your chieftain out for a coward. That, in our honest opinion, his daughter is a much more and a better and a more shrewd candidate to lead the Jura Dai than he is. And we would be happy to endorse her challenge to act as one of her champions in a trial by combat.
She looks over to you again, Matthias.
Spectacular idea. I would choose the half giant if I was you.
Bet on her and you won't lose.
I think I certainly will. You will have made a friend of the Jura Dai this night. And I will return your druid to you.
And an eternal friendship between the people of Kled and yourselves.
If
I
this
will give
comes
you
to pass-
another promise that when I return to Kled, I will make sure that if such an occasion as this happens again, dwarven runners will run to your city and warn you of what has happened.
There's a
If this
strong
comes to-
alliance that could be made out of this.
If this comes to pass, we will not remain in these parts.
A wise choice.
This is a
with all
good.
the
This is a
scouts.
good base from which to harry the caravans of Uruk.
Mhm.
But
You don't
If
want
we
to
make
remain
it-
sitting ducks.
if we make it impossible for them to ferry obsidian back from the Smoking Crown,
Mhm.
that is a different kind of pressure entirely.
Yes.
She stands, and
I
there is.
have another little element for you which you might want to consider. If you want to hear what I have to say here.
Please.
Ulrich has been sending out scouting parties. I'm a military historian and a strategician by trade. I have a feeling that he's preparing for a war with Tyr, because that's the only city that lies out in that direction. This is a good moment when his armies are here for you to cause trouble at the Smoky Mountains.
That is an excellent idea.
Thinking about that as well, Portek. They may want this little beautiful place as an outpost, so you may want to move quicker than later.
We certainly will. Constantine, for the second time, there is that strange distance overcomes you. And now a series of internal flashbacks. Again, the flower. And again, the symbols that are upon it. There, on each petal, it's like each petal has a map drawn on it. There is a brief glimpse of a woman's face. A human woman. Sharp and cunning. And then it's gone. A memory trying to push itself to the fore.
Do I recall the face of the woman at all?
You know her. You know her. She's connected to the flower somehow.
And I'm assuming I don't recognize any of the... though I now see them as little maps, do I recognize any of the areas?
It's so fleeting. If you could only get a longer glimpse on it, or figure out what it is that's triggering the memories. At any rate, Jengi stands. The moons are high. Ral and Guthe smile upon us. I suggest we take your challenge to my father now.
Okay. You think they're ready with an answer to what they were deliberating?
It matters not. We will seize the now.
Very good.
It will be ours, and not theirs to command.
When she's gone, Mark, or going to it, is there any way I can secretly coat a bastard sword with the poison I have?
You could make me a hide in shadows roll to do it stealthily, yes.
Okay. Is that from everyone, is it? 28.
Okay. So you're slathering Ra's bastard sword with the serpent venom, are you?
Yes.
You
Without anyone noticing.
naughty boy.
Without anyone noticing.
You're gonna dishonor my integrity, my dude.
No one sees it. Jengi strides toward the main tower. Do you follow?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Such is the purpose in her stride, the jut of her chin, that you can see elves kind of looking from all sides, wondering what this portends. And with your group marching in her wake, a few begin to stand. As she reaches the top of the battlements and moves toward the great tower, the guards step forward. Your father is still in council. Stand aside, she cries. I come to call the blood moons down upon Jura Dai. The words echo throughout the courtyard. There is complete silence as every elf turns and looks in shock. One of the guards immediately steps back. The other still has his weapon out, but his companion quite literally slaps him in the shoulder. Koranu is watching us, he says. He swallows, nods. They lower their tribal bone swords and step aside. And Jengi leads you into the great tower. There, the sound of a heated discussion is in full throat. Jura Dai standing, gesticulating at his clan chiefs. Two have come to stand behind him, the other two on the opposite side of the room. Clearly a split and he is already jockeying for power. They all look over as Jengi strides in, your heavily armed group fanning out behind her. "What is this?" Jura Dai says. "Daughter, She cuts him off. "Father, the blood moons call your name." The color drains from his desert-tanned face. "By what justification do you speak thus to me?" "You are now as full of lies," she says. "This dwarf says that the Urukites found our camp by virtue of their scouts. And this Udran says he has heard confirmation of that from the lips of your own people. You have brought falsehood to the Jura Dai, and by it the moons will see blood. The two elves standing behind him kind of cautiously step away. "You cannot. I do not permit it." "Actually, my lord," one of the elves says, "we say yes or no. And we, the leaders of your clans, grant Jura Dai her right to the Blood Moon. We will see who Karano chooses as our chieftain this night." The color comes back to his face, and now it is a purpling in his cheeks of anger. He whirls. He takes his long cloak with its feathered ruff and throws it to one side. Hands now go to bone sword and steel blade. "Then who do you name as your champion? Will you draw bone against me, daughter?" "The half-giant, father. As tall as Jura Dai is, he looks up to the towering height of Ra.
Gladiator-style entrance of like raising their arms.
I try to sort of like instill a bit of fear into him, say, "Remember, she is blind. Take it easy on her." Almost in a mocking sort of. I don't know if that would do anything.
So we should take this outside. The low
Come
ceiling
then.
here.
"Champion," Jura Dai says, and he strides out of the right-hand door onto the rear balcony of the fortress and takes a dozen steps down, then whirls back to face you. Blades out. Looks down sideways to see a good 300 elves have gathered in the courtyard below to watch the combat. Ra? You follow him out onto the battlements?
Before Ra goes, I'll just
Yeah.
sort of tap her hand, I guess is the furthest I can reach, to ask
Yeah.
her to lean down. I'm like, remember what your strengths are. Because you got a lot of them. You're fucking capable, so go get it, girl.
She's just like, like in like the deepest
Yeah.
noise she can make.
Now, if I was a bard, that would have been my inspiration roll.
I got you. I'm feeling inspired.
I can't do that, sad. I can, but not like that.
Okay. Ra, you step forward. The darkness surrounds you. As you emerge out onto the battlement, you can hear the sound of the elves down below. You know there must be a drop there. You can hear the scrape of Jura Dai's feet up ahead of you. You can almost feel the moonlight, the blood moons watching you. Initiative, please.
You can do it, Curtis. Can't say the rest. Children around.
As she enters, she is very much doing like probably the most you've seen of Ra looking or trying to look threatening and intimidating. That's an unfortunate roll.
That's really unfortunate.
But yeah, low growl. She's too busy focusing on her showmanship. She's a little bit slow to the uptake.
Ra,
Okay.
stop flexing and get fighting, man.
And so it begins. As you move into position, listening for the scrape of your feet, the scrape of his, you hear yes?
Sorry, minus 2 from that. I accidentally added my to hit instead of the speed. I'm sorry. Sorry.
Okay.
Probably
That's
doesn't
fine.
make a difference, but
Nah.
You hear the unmistakable sound of him sheathing his weapons. And then a rush of sorcery comes out of his lips. Down below, you can see him reaching around himself, drawing energy up through the sand, but with such incredible speed that it just seems to flow up out of the earth around him. Brilliant green bands of energy up and around his body. Across the top of the battlement, an aura of ash spreads out as tiny elements of plant life are destroyed immediately. You can feel pain rack you in the heart of your body, as if something has taken hold of your heart and pulled at it. That's a -2 to hit for the rest of this round, and 2 points, a 2-point initiative penalty.
oh well, that just puts me back up to where I was prior.
Yeah, yeah. And I need you to make a saving throw against spells, please, as the rest of you see a ray of grey light streak out from his hand straight toward the half-giant.
That's a D20, correct?
Yeah, just a d20.
I
9?
forgot about,
A 9. Oh, Jesus.
I forgot about people having magic in this
That's a
game.
fail.
When he says, "Oh Jesus," that's something good.
Mm-hmm.
Weakness overcomes you as the ray of enfeeblement strikes you full on. Your strength drops to 5.
Damn.
No.
Fuck.
Oh my god.
Just so you know, to adjust your combat stats, 5, that's a -2. You lose 8 points off your to hit and 12 points off your damage.
Good lord.
Can you even lift the sword?
Yeah, can she even lift her sword?
Not very well, and that's what the
I
penalty
meant
is
that
for.
in jest. I mean,
my god. This isn't fair.
This isn't
Right.
fair.
Stop the count.
Right, stop the cat. Right. You're up.
Roll high.
Okay, so I rolled an 18 to hit, but then the -8, and then you minus the 2. So that's like 8 to hit, I guess.
Jura Dai's armor class is 18.
Yeah, well, you
You swing for him, but you can barely lift the blade, and clang! It clangs down against the ground next to him. But you can hear him skittering away.
What's your plus to hit then? If you rolled an 18.
7. So, but it would just go because if it's -8 because of the enfeeblement, and then it's -2 on top of that.
No,
that means
-2 on top
7.
of that is for the initiative.
Oh, sorry.
to
No,
hit,
also to hit from the
Yeah.
defiling.
It's defiant.
So yeah, even with the +7, it's still not enough.
Wow.
Okay, initiative again, please. You can just roll the dice and let me know what it is, by the way, or you can do it on roll 20, whatever you prefer.
Okay. Is my speed the same?
Your that actually, yes, at the moment it is, unless he goes before you.
14.
14, so he will be going before you.
Great. I feel really good about this decision, guys.
I'm really anxious about this.
I did not. I was against this decision. I'd like to put on the table.
Well, why didn't you ever say that?
I did. I said let's go out her to him and then earn it that way.
Should have given her the sword.
What sword?
So
Which sword?
the magic sword, so she can heal herself.
Oh, right. The magic sword.
There is another rush of sorcery from Jura Dai. A defiling radius expands by another 10 feet. So again, this round you're penalized -2 to hit and -2 damage.
Do
The
I
rest
get a
of you-
sorry? Do I get a save on my enfeeblement or?
Oh no, that's in effect now. It's just got a duration. The rest of you, well, Ra as well, smell the sudden tang of ozone in the air. And then there is a sound of a thunderclap. Ra, you don't see the flash of lightning, but the rest of you see the lightning bolt leap from Jura Dai's outstretched arms straight toward the half-giant.
Bruh.
28. Save against spells, please.
Oh, God.
12.
Okay, you take 31 damage from the lightning bolt as it hits you full in the middle of the chest. You are on 18 hit points.
We're not allowed to interfere, right?
I'm not allowed to, like, throw a sword at her.
You can feel the electricity ripple across your body, stagger backwards, manage to keep upright. You can feel blood caking, blistering, pouring across your body. Take a swing.
Question: does my hit change with my enfeeblement?
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
What does that?
that's what I meant. It goes down from, what is it? It goes from +6 to -2, so you lose 8 points of to hit. So with the bastard sword,
What if I dropped my sword and changed to just punching? Because I have a +13 to hit with my
yes,
fists.
so with punching you'd be +5 to hit.
Can I change to my fists?
Yeah, you can just. Yeah, I mean, you can actually straight up grapple him. So
I would
If you
like.
grapple him.
At a
And you can't cast any
+5.
spells if you grapple him. That's a good idea.
Yeah, I'd like to grapple him, please.
Go on then.
I rolled an 8 on the dice.
Okay, you reach out, grabbing for him, and you can quite literally hear him dance aside, under your arms and out behind you. Both of his blades come out now. He's in position for a strike from the rear. And we'll have another initiative roll, please.
Yeah, Ra at this point, for anyone watching, has lost any kind of semblance of, I don't know, any confidence she has at all.
there
She
any-
looks bad.
Jengi looks toward the rest of you.
I have a question.
I thought you said she.
Ra, is that the sign?
I think so. I think
That's the
I
sign?
think if I get hit by this, I'm fucked.
Okay.
I don't know
Mark-
how strong his swords are, but he's powerful, and I'm concerned.
Mark, how many guards are around us right now?
Around you, none. You guys, I mean, presumably you guys are at the edge of the balcony. There's the 4 clan chiefs behind you. There are no actual guards nearby.
I have an idea.
I'm unleashing, Mark, if possible. Constantine's actually going to jump in.
Okay, so I'm on initiative rolls from anyone who wants
Well,
to
yeah,
take
yeah,
actions now,
that's me
please.
too. I was gonna do that. I was gonna fucking leap down. That's my goal. You're not allowed to touch her anymore. No. I said no. Okay. Where's the... Oh, I have to get back onto roll 20. Ah! Go faster.
Hold on.
faster.
5 from Constantine.
Wait, hold on. What's my speed again? Hold on.
I think
That's a
mine.
3. That's your best today.
Yeah, because this time
Plus,
I'm not.
whatever
I'm
your
using
weapon you're-
psionics.
Oh, bitch. Okay.
I think mine was an 8, because I'm trying to do unarmed,
Yep.
because I'm trying to grapple.
Yep.
Man,
Bengal
I've still
in
got my
11.
inspiration. roll from
Nissa, are
last
you
session,
using
don't I?
a weapon or no?
No, she's not. She's going to strike at him with the power of her mind. Anything from Matthias or Portak?
Yeah, I'm going to try and stop Constantine from making a horrible, horrible mistake and
Can you
stepping
make me?
into this
I need
combat.
initiative from you then.
Oh dear. Yo.
Matthias, the man who knows about it'd be cool to know that magic is allowed in these combats to the death. That would be pretty cool to know about.
I think it's fighting to the
7.
death of your ability.
Okay. Anything from Matthias?
Yeah, Matthias will cast Charm Person, see if it works.
So can I have an initiative from you, please?
Yeah, I don't know what Charm Person is, but I will roll a d10. 9.
Okay, and you can look up the speed of that. Luke, can you roll 2d10 there? Can you roll me just a...
Oh, sorry, did I?
Yeah,
I didn't mean to.
Roll it again.
Yeah.
because that's going to screw your initiative up rather heavily.
It's 1d10 plus 2, right?
Yeah.
Because the speed, like this? No, wait. Okay, so that's
Charm.
10. No, 11.
11, okay.
Right.
Charm person in the campaign guide's just got one sentence.
But I also,
Yeah, it'll work on him.
I still have
Okay.
my inspiration roll from last session, so if I need that,
You do.
You've got to use it.
do.
You've got to use it to.
maybe I will use it to cut a guy's balls off. Maybe. Here's to hoping.
Outstanding. Okay, well, as it happens, Nissa,
Okay.
you're up first.
I'm going to do a false sensory input, make it seem to Tugadai that Ra is actually 5 feet to her left.
Okay. His mental armor class is 13, as we've already established.
Okay. That's a natural 20.
Oh! That's a special effect.
Nice.
It says almost any false perception can be achieved in time. I don't know what that means.
False sensory input.
Uh-huh.
And
I'm going to do this as just sort of casually as I can, like leaning up against a wall. Like,
okay, all right. So it is going to be a completely perfect illusion.
Oh, fuck yeah.
All right. Okay. Yeah. You reach into his mind. You see the certainty that he will fell her with these twin blows from his blades. He is an incredibly powerful warrior wizard. In single combat, she is easily outmatched. But then, like a mirage on the desert sands, you can see his awareness shift toward where she is. Oops. Constantine. He's 2 points ahead of you, Portek.
Constantine is actually like, so the second, however, Ra looks like she's looking like I'm unsure. Immediately he's just going to launch 2 arrows and just like as he's jumping out to go to he's actually going out to join the fight. He'll pull out Cecilia and he's going to let loose 2 arrows.
All right. Tugadai is armor class 18.
So that's a natural 20. And
Oh yeah.
a 14 plus 4, which is an 18.
Okay, so the natural 20, the weapon doesn't break because it's a steel-tipped arrow. So that's automatic max damage on that, and then roll for the other one.
That's a 5 plus 3 and a 3 plus 3.
8 and 6, 14. Okay. Both arrows slam into Tugadai's back. He stumbles forward onto one knee, pulls himself up. His furious expression is clear that he's aware of the treacheries going on. Around you, you hear the clan chiefs draw their weapons, shouting in Elven, "No! The Black Moon! Karanu watches!" And they get an initiative roll.
Sure. Well, guys, goodbye. Oh.
Okay, Portek, I guess you have to change your action now? Because you were going to try and interrupt Constantine. So that bumps you up by 1 point to initiative 8, which is at the same time as Ra and the clan chiefs, actually.
Okay, I'll let Ra do her thing.
Yeah, Ra, go.
Ra is again going to try and attempt to grapple the guy.
Yep.
That is a 9 on the dice, plus 13 to hit, but I don't know. I can't remember the minus.
No, you actually managed to connect with him this time, but he quite literally bats your arm aside and rolls between your legs, leaps up to his feet on the other side. In the council chamber behind you, you can see, or actually feel, Jengi begin casting a spell. Okay, Portek.
I bat Constantine in the face with my shield.
Okay.
Are you catching up to him because he moved at full speed forward?
Well, it's my turn now.
All right, you race out onto the balcony, onto the battlements after him, and attempt a shield slam against him. He's armor class 16.
That's a 16.
That's a flat 16, and you're getting a plus. Yep, so that's a hit. Okay, is it just a hit or a knockdown? What is it?
It's a knockdown. I want him to not be able to interfere with that trial by combat anymore.
Okay, being hit by the dwarf and his shield is like standing in front of a charging mechalot. Bam! You go skidding sideways, sprawled against the battlements, knocked off your feet.
I tell him, stop it, you're going to get us all killed.
From the main tower, the clan chiefs rush out, outraged at this display of treachery. One actually stabs for Constantine, but quite literally in the same second as Portek hits you, his blade goes against empty air as you are slammed into the side of the battlements. Another one goes up against you, Portek. His bone blade bounces off the side of your armor. Okay. One stabs for you, Matthias. You almost see it coming, glance sideways. Bengal. One of them actually manages to land a blow against you with his bone blade. Sorry, D6s. And you take a massive 3 points of damage as the bone bites into your tough halfling flesh. You're on 20 hit points.
That hurts.
Okay, Jengi is still casting her spell. Matthias.
Damn idiot. I will run, pick up the bastard sword, and try to slash at the chieftain.
Hey, we just went over 60 viewers, guys. So
Oh,
hell
God.
yeah.
someone's getting a mug.
Someone's doing a
Yay.
we're doing a giveaway. Sorry, I didn't even realise.
Yeah, I just checked this now. Thank you so much, people.
Yes.
Also,
I will get up after my go. Yeah, I will pick up the bastard sword and try to hit him.
you're all going to be watching us TPK here.
Yep.
I did not see it going this way.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding, I did, totally did. Okay, Matthias, go ahead.
I don't know what my pluses and that with it are. I rolled a 14.
What were you doing? Sorry, I missed that.
I want to pick the bastard sword up and hit him. Hit the chief.
Oh, okay, yeah, 14 to hit him.
I've rolled a 14. I don't know what my pluses and stuff like that are with it.
Yeah, 14, 15, 16. That is actually just a miss.
It's just a miss. Oh, I'm at the front.
Yeah.
+1.
17. That is a miss. That is, he's got armor class 18, remember?
Oh, I
You're
thought you
missing
said
by
it was
1
just a
point.
miss. Oh.
Yeah, it is just a miss by 2 points.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you've only got strength 12. It doesn't work with your... damn it. That would have been great. Missed by 1 point. Otherwise, we've been saving for 30 points of poison damage. Okay, so you swing at him, fail to connect. Bengal.
Right. I've got the singing sticks out, and I've sort of dropped down to where Matthias is, and I'm gonna try and sort of what's the word? Incapacitate him by sort of hacking at the backs of his legs, trying to break a few tendons so he can't
Triple
go
attempt.
anywhere.
Yeah, go for it.
Yes.
Okay.
So I have
So
to get
for
18.
you, this you roll D10 plus 10. D20 plus 10 for this. Because you're an expert in this
10?
kind of unarmed combat. Yeah,
Holy
D20 plus
shit.
10. Gladiators in unarmed combat are incredible. No one ever really does it, but
I
they're
got a
amazing.
19.
Sorry, armor class 29. Okay, you roll out, get your singing sticks underneath his legs and pull, and Jura Dai goes sprawling onto the battlement.
Do I have to do? Can I do damage?
Yeah, go ahead, do damage.
Is it unarmed combat or because I
If
said
it's unarmed
singing
combat,
sticks.
roll D3 plus 3, please.
Okay, no, I said singing sticks, both of them. So
Oh,
I've
I'm
got-
sorry, okay.
Right,
That's
so
fine.
the first
Then it's
one
D6
is
plus 5.
yep. So first one is 5 damage. The second one is 9 damage.
5 and 9,
Yep.
14, okay.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. He's sorely injured by the thwacking of the sticks and the fact that he's gone sprawling onto the battlements. And at this point, Jengi's spell goes off. There. A wash of sorcerer's energy settles about you, Ra, and the Raven Figment is dispelled. Okay, and Jengi steps out onto the battlements, appearing into view now, and shouts down toward the elves. Jura Dai has betrayed us. He sent the Urukites against us by his own inactions. These are my champions, seizing justice for our people. And she can have a reaction roll for this blatant lie. Natural 00. Oh, okay. Right.
What does that mean?
That's a top-end reaction roll.
Oh,
So that means they are thoroughly swayed by what she's saying.
Oh
Nice.
yes.
Clearly, Jura Dai
it was
wasn't that
bad for
popular
me.
anyway.
I thought they were like, "You're lying," and then stab her or something. I don't know.
No.
No.
One of them screams, "Liar, liar, pants on fire!"
I never liked him anyway. He sold my kank. Okay, initiative, people.
He's not the Messiah. He's a very naughty boy.
Another 200 experience points stock for Monty Python quotes on out.
Well, I guess I'm never going to level then.
Never gonna level.
My roll, the eventual roll is 12 plus 2.
12 there. Okay, Ra on
I'm
a
not
6.
rolling very
Wow,
well,
a nice
I'm
one.
not gonna
Bellis on a 10.
Sorry, name's not changed yet.
Yeah, I know. It's quite funny though. She gets everywhere. Constantine on a 12. Matthias on a 3. Wow, Superfly. And Nissa on a 1. Okay. Angry Clan Chiefs on a 9. Okay, Nissa.
Okay, my initiative is so fast I haven't even had a chance to think of what to do.
Use it or lose it.
Okay, I'm gonna do a project force on the elf Jura Dai. Focus my will this time
Go
a
for
little
it.
less. That's an 18 plus
Yep.
4, so yes.
Plenty.
And then I do a d6, which I haven't even busted out yet. Sorry. 4.
Okay, yeah, from across the battlement, psychokinetic force slams into the side of the elven chief's head. You can see blood beginning to trickle from the side of his nose, now. And Matthias.
I point at the far horizon. Who did that?
Matthias says, "Rah, catch," and throws her the sword. Pulls his blades and then slices
It's a great
twice.
idea for
That's
a blind
great idea.
person.
Yeah, okay, throw
With
the
a
blade at the
poison
blind
He
girl.
throws it right at her,
Poison sword.
like the blade. So even if she has to pick it up, it might
Okay,
hit her.
I want 2 dexterity checks here, please.
Oh,
one
God.
from Jade, one from Ra.
Oh,
Don't forget
God.
that thing is poisoned.
You should have just handed it to her. What is wrong with you?
Do I add
rolled-
anything?
I rolled a
He
17.
has no eyes.
Okay.
When is this not going to
Hold on,
stick?
hold on. Matthias rolled a 17. Okay, that's fine. It arcs through the air in a beautifully placed shot. Ra, roll me a d20.
9.
Yes!
Is that
good?
okay? Am I okay?
Hands outstretched,
like,
as
"What?"
if by pure luck, Karanu smiles upon you from the moons, and the bastard sword lands chunk, straight in your
I
hand.
thought it was all over.
Oh my
I didn't know
god.
if that was a
God,
play. Yes, the
it's
players
over.
did it, or yes, the DM
Oh
gets
my
to
God.
sacrifice.
Okay.
Yeah, and then Matthias will
Ra, that
start.
adds what were you were doing unarmed?
Originally.
I was unarmed, so it's an extra 3 for speed. So
Yeah, if you want to shift to the bastard
yeah,
sword,
I will switch to that.
So an extra 4 because you're changing actions. So you go to 10. And actually puts you just behind the clan chiefs. They know that Jengi's lying.
Can I still have my go or?
That was your go.
What? Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, running forward, grabbing it, throwing it. Yeah, sure. And
I
you're
was
also
already
gonna get
there.
stabbed.
Okay.
Matthias, what armor class are you?
17.
Yeah, so that's a miss. Bengal Bangle, a stab against you with 2, useless. One of them suspects that somebody may be using Psionic somewhere nearby, so the third one decides to have a thrust at Nissa. Oh, that's it. Nissa, Bone Blade strikes you for 5 damage.
Ow! Stop that!
Leave me alone. And
Bloody bullies.
the fourth that goes out to lend aid to his chief, and
Oh, were they not swayed?
natural 20 strikes Ra for 7 damage. You're on 11 hit points.
Oh.
This is the clan chief trying to hit
Okay.
her. Yeah.
Yes. Ra and Portek.
All
Ra
right.
first.
Chieftain, is he able to be hit?
Yeah, he's right by you. He's kind
Alright.
of rolling, dancing around you, but he's the zone in which you have trained for combat for years and years. You can hear his footsteps. You know how you'll be moving. Hear his breath.
I've also sort of incapacitated him, right? So he wouldn't be moving around.
He can't get up.
anymore.
Yeah, he's spending his action getting up this round. Yeah,
23 to hit,
that's a hit.
Way.
and that
first-
is
First off, save
Plus-
against poison.
+4 DC. I love my poison.
14, which goes down to a 10. And for a character of his level,
Might be enough.
that is the exact number he needs.
Ooh.
So he takes, what is it, 2d6?
2d6.
Okay. So that's a 5 and a 6. 11 damage.
Not bad.
and
Still not
then
bad.
Yes.
17 damage from me as well.
Whoa!
Feels the
Jesus.
bite of poison, the bite of the obsidian blade, slumps sideways against the battlements, holding his innards. You can see his intestines poking out between his fingers. He's like trying to push himself standing. You're surprised he's even still alive. Blood pouring from the corner of his mouth. And he looks over towards Jengi. Why? Why? Her answer is only to smile coldly, the twin light of the moons shining upon her face. Hortek.
I drive my spear into him. With his death,
Into Jura
this
Dai.
all ends. Yeah.
Okay. You get a +4 to hit. He's treated as armor class 14.
That is 19.
Yep.
And I do 8 damage.
8.
8.
Perfect number. His incomprehension, his uncomprehending look toward his daughter, the question why bubbling on his lips. And so ends Jura Dai. For him, it is over. For the clan chiefs, however, there is a morale check. Morale 15. 17.
Is that good or bad?
They looked at it. That's a fail.
That's a failure.
They look to one another, lower their blades, and as one drop on one knee to face Jengi. She nods, and then turns to face the elves down below. The dwarves of Kled are simple people. They are not our friends. But to make of them enemies is to invite this into our home. And she points towards your group. They bring death from the desert. For this, Jura Dai risked all of us. He paid with his life that we might live. She turns to face you. You have slain my father. Would you now slay me also?
No.
No.
We're happy to take the druid and leave, actually.
Yeah, I'm with the crazy guy on this one.
While this is going on, Ra is just grabbing at a friend and just going, fruit, please, because
yeah.
I'm scared of another combat happening, and I'm not okay.
Can we give her one of the health potions, by the way?
No. I have the health potion. I give her a healing. And you have a sword which is replenishable. Why don't you use that?
That's true. Yeah, we'll use the sword as well. I was gonna say.
I pick up his blade, the steel blade.
The dagger.
Yeah.
Okay. That's 5, 6, 7 damage healed from the sword. Puts you on 18. At your answer, Jengi nods. Then I thank you for your mercy and for giving the Jura Dai a chance to live in a way of which the moons and Karanu who runs beyond them approves. So successful has her deceit been that you can see palpable relief reflected in the faces of the elves gathered down below, and respect in the faces of the clan chiefs who know what she has done. They stand. One of them places a hand on Jengi's shoulder. You will lead us well, Jura Dai. And at this symbol of the support of the clans, cheers go up from the elves down below. Jengi turns and basks in their adulation. And you see Fanon approaching from the opposite side of the battlements. Come. Before she changes her mind. He leads you into the opposite tower, the only one with its upper stories remaining.
While we're walking there, I pump healings into Ra.
Okay, well, you can give her one more.
I don't see second level healing. Is there?
Not on Athas, no.
No. Okay. So we that is 6 points of.
Another 6.
Yeah.
Okay. 24. Okay. In the next tower, although the guards have vacated it, there's a you can see it on roll 20. A big wooden grate, heavily weighted down by stone. Down below it, in a pit in the floor of the tower, is a thricreen. Small, bright green lizards scuttle around its cell, some perched on its body, others on the wall, looking up at you as you stare down into the cell. You're druid, Fanon says. Seeing your expressions, he turns to you, Portek. Did you not tell him it was a queen?
No, I didn't.
Oh well.
Is that relevant?
Not to me. Come on, give me a hand. And he sets his shoulder behind the stone blocks. And one by one, you push them loose. Drag the grate aside.
By the way, the image is not popping up on Roll20. I don't know if I'm missing something.
I've got the tower.
Still
you've got the tower.
yeah.
It's on the wrong one. Sorry. There you go.
Ah.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
The queen looks up at you, bunches its legs, and with the grating removed, is out on the landing. It rears itself over Fannin. If you've never been up close with one of these things before, it's 11 or 12 feet in length, 8 or 9 feet high. It's immense. Here's a dwarven voice. Looks down towards you.
We have killed the chieftain of the elves and made an arrangement to set you free. We're going back to Kled. Jura Dai is dead. He has met his fate for your imprisonment.
It scuttles sideways. You can see it's actually limping. And from a number of places on its chitin, there's strange fluid dripping. It doesn't look very well. Cocks its head, looks out onto the balcony, onto the battlements, where it can see Tugadai's body. Briefly, its antennas cross over like this.
I don't speak Kryn. So.
Kled.
Yeah, we're going to Kled. Back to your oasis.
It looks kind of around all of you. It's almost impossible to make out an expression on its praying mantis face, faceted eyes and little mandibles working. But it bobs its head up and down a couple of times. Scuttles out onto the battlements, and then is gone over the fortress wall.
Mm-hmm. Let's get our kanks and get the hell out of here.
Is that good? I'm assuming that's good, right?
I think that's good.
Probably.
Side stairs this way, Finance says.
I'm going to ask, you happen to have I seem to be light a sword. Do you happen to have a short sword or a dagger to replenish what I've lost?
I've got a dagger for you. Don't worry.
Never mind. Apparently, I have a dagger.
Wait. And he pulls a bone short sword from his hip. This is the blade of Koranu. It is an ancient heirloom of my tribe. I will sell it to you for 5 silver pieces.
Do I believe him?
Of course you do.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Can I do an appraisal roll? on
Yes.
this?
Can I do an appraisal roll? I am very skilled in appraisal
rolls.
and bullshit. I've got to roll under a 19.
I rolled
17.
I rolled an 18. I don't know if that's good or bad in my case.
This your appraisal is 16, so you're not. Yeah, you're not sure. But Matthias, it's not worth 500 ceramics.
I give you a bead.
You have offended me. He slides the blade back into its scabbard. No,
Goodbye,
I'm sorry. You have a no. I don't want to talk to you anymore.
I was to say goodbye, my friend. Thank you.
Your kanks are this way. Come on. And shortly thereafter, you are back with your mounts. Gather them up. Yes, Panda.
I'm sorry, everyone.
What are you sorry of You have nothing to be sorry for.
No, you did. You did really well.
You know what? I'm sorry for putting you up to that. We had no idea the true
Likewise.
strength of this guy.
Apologize for nothing.
You guys could have gotten killed trying to save me.
You could have gotten killed with our stupid fucking plan.
It was just as much my plan. I'm sorry.
It worked.
I think
Stop apologizing.
I think Kuranu indeed did smile upon us.
I agree.
If I look at the outcome, because here we stand and we're all alive.
And we freed the druid.
Yes.
Also, Constantine.
Nobody's dead. We did
And
what we meant
didn't-
to do.
And we didn't even have to go to the Smoky Mountains of Urik to achieve it.
Oh
So
my god, thank Jesus we didn't.
Exactly.
Thank you all, and Matthias, I think at least you've earned my trust from this.
Oh, thank you. That means a lot. Constantine, I have a dagger for you. And he'll pull out the steel dagger that obviously the chieftain was using and flick it around his hands like really skillfully and spin it on his finger like that, and then flick it to him.
Yep. I'll snatch it. Thank you. And he'll use a little bit of his dexterity and move it between his fingers very well before placing it in his belt.
Boys, come on.
You foul.
I know.
You
Put them
foul.
away, man.
You
Put
foul.
them away.
Then they did push-ups until they fell over for
Yeah.
dominance.
No. High knees.
What about my hiney?
Here, I pull out a small wooden measuring stick that you use for like appraising gems, and I give it to them. Here, you might need this.
Yeah.
Come on, Nissa. You know mine's bigger than that.
Oh, come on, boys. Put them away. You'll never measure up to me.
We laugh.
By this time, you have returned to your mounts. Back aboard the Kanks or Inix, and put Fort Butcher behind you. Looking back over your shoulders, you see watching you from one of the outer battlements the unmistakable form of Jura Dai.
I wave at her. And I put my fist in the air for victory.
I blow her a kiss.
And a smile.
She inclines her head, imperious to the end.
Yeah, well.
You are at Kled by the sunrise. The village is almost empty. The druid, of course, has preceded you here.
Yeah.
And it doesn't take you long to figure out where everyone has gone.
Try and get some drinking water.
By the time you arrive at the oasis, his purification rituals are well underway. There's a picture of him doing some magic shit, and you guys at the back looking impressed. Oh, roll 20. Bit by bit, the purple taint of the Methalanok is effaced from the waters of the oasis. And the dwarves begin to refill their water containers, weeping in joy, laughing, clapping each other on the back, and then cheering at your arrival. In the midst of the celebration, the druid disappears back into the foliage beneath the yucca trees, lost from sight. But Kled Oasis is cleaned once more. For you then, a brief time to rest. A chance to savor your victories. Dark portents lurk on the horizon. The line of the north is on the move. Almost certainly, The next step on your road will take you to the city-state of Tyr. If nothing else, Nissa has to check up on her kank. And
Kevin.
And there you can taste your first true breaths of freedom. Because that's the name of the adventure. Thank you, everyone. This is where we're going to close for the evening.